Okay, can you hear me now? I think something went on mute kind of out of the blue. Hello, Rachel's ghost. How you doing? Can you hear me now? All right, good. Anybody wants to join? I think I put the link in there. I'll put it back up. Anybody wants to join? Be more than happy to bring you on up and catch up with you. See how's it going. Hey, concert buddy Chance, how are you? Thanks, Revelry. Appreciate it. Well, just wanted to catch up with some of y'all. It's been a while. Was gone to Europe for a couple of weeks almost, and I'll show you a few things I picked up there, and just kind of see how everybody's doing. It's been a little bit of a whirlwind here in the last 2 to 3 weeks, and oh, thanks, Rachel, on leaving me a comment on the Bill Withers. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, that was a kind of a fun review because I was kind of getting refamiliarized with some of his stuff, and I enjoyed a lot more of it than I recalled. So it was really good. Exodus, yeah, Exodus, yeah, our good old, yeah. I thought you meant Wither. I thought you meant Withers and not Exodus. I haven't done an Exodus review yet. I've got one. I haven't opened mine yet. Uh, Been a rambling around. Thanks, Rachel. Yeah, yeah, these trips abroad are, a week's about right, but 12 days was just a bit much. One of the things you realize when you go to Europe is that you walk a lot more because the transportations, I don't rent a car. There's train systems you have to get to, and I did a 2-hour walking tour in London of a guy that Mazzy knows who runs this walking tour of Beatles locations. Um, and you start out at the train station, actually, where the Beatles had filmed those sessions in A Hard Day's Night, where they're in there by the tracks and the cars that go through there, and all the girls are chasing them down the street next to it. And so it was really interesting. The guy was very entertaining, had just a wealth of knowledge, and saw a lot of places you probably would just pass by and wouldn't realize that it had any relationship to the Beatles, places they lived, places they were married, where the Apple Corporation's building was, uh, Jane and Peter Asher's home, um, places where John lived, places where Paul and Ringo lived, which then afterward was inhabited by Jimi Hendrix. Uh, and so, just kind of interesting stuff. And then, of course, Abbey Road. Hello, Love the spaces in there. Stereo. That's really unique. Yeah. So that was really kind of a highlight. I mean, the record shopping. I went to Soho in London and went to about six, maybe seven shops, and really was kind of disappointing, to be frank with you. At least looking for Beatles UK stuff, I'm finding that you really want to find Beatles UK stuff, you get it from Japan because they bought a lot of Beatles UK stuff, and there's a fairly decent resale market there for it. So it's kind of interesting, at least in the shops. Now I've heard that Manchester has some good shops for it, but didn't make it up to there. I was only there, came in on a Tuesday morning, left on a Wednesday evening, so it was a fairly bang bang in and out. Went to a great blues club while I was there. It was a lot of a lot of fun just to see the artwork and the kind of the aura of those kind of places. So, but a couple albums I got before I left, just before I left from a guy, a good friend of mine, Armando Cordoso, who runs Vintage Mio Records. He's been on my stream at night once before. He actually met with Michael Fremer on Monday and did a short, about a 30-minute talk with him, and then he's doing a YouTube video, which he'll release later with Michael. So, but anyway, vintage meal. So I got a copy of Wilson Phillips, which I've been trying to get for quite a while. Uh, Ironically, I saw one in London when I was there too, but the condition of it, I didn't buy it. And then this one, hard to find, Pretty in Pink. Got that as well. So I've been looking for that one for quite a while. But in the UK, ironically, my the one record that I got that I've enjoyed the most since I got it from the UK, ironically, was Dave Clark 5 Greatest Hits. That's a weird one. I've never seen this particular one, but if you know anything, about trying to get Dave Clark 5 stuff, most of the stuff that you get from them is in mono, which I'm not going to get into the whole mono stereo discussion, but I was looking for a good stereo copy of some Dave Clark stuff, and this is it. And it was like €7. I mean, so it was a pretty good value. €7, about $8 US. A few of the things that I did get in the UK, I got this Lost in Translation soundtrack. I got Third Man Record Shop there that they have. This was a release that they did on their label, a group called Talk Talk, and they sound a lot like the Go-Go's and that type of sound. Really listened to it there in the store and liked it. So I picked that up at Third Man Records. Now in Spain, I had a little more luck. So I'm in Spain, and I find this Horzu Beatles Magical Mystery Tour, which is the one that has the true stereo of Hello Goodbye, Penny Lane, and Strawberry Fields Forever. So you can see there it was €24, which is about $26. So this was a great find. But the irony of it is, side one of it, gotta get my drink out of the way there. Side one of it, actually, they labeled it incorrectly. It says Yellow Submarine on it. But it actually is, of course, side one of Magical Mystery Tour. And then side two is the actual correct label, the Horzu. So I can't find this error on Discogs anywhere. So even if it didn't have the error, getting a Horzu, and this is really clean, I mean super clean, for $26 is a hell of a good deal. So so that was the score. I got an OG of Led Zeppelin 3, which is really in pristine for €25. Really in pristine shape. So that was a good find. It's an EU version, Germany, France, multi-country. I got a copy of Michael Nesmith's, let's see which from a radio engine to a photon wing, $6. I have this, but this was a European version, so I grabbed it. Got a Snow Patrol album, which I like Snow Patrol a lot. This was actually sealed. So that was €22. So ironically, like I said, I did better in Spain than I did in England, ironically enough. So I mean, it wasn't the trip in Spain. I spent most of my time in a hotel at a conference on the East Coast, and so really couldn't do any vinyl shopping there. But while I was gone, my Bob Marley Exodus showed up. So that was quite a battle that day trying to get an order through, which everybody knows about the issues there with the ordering system and the phone lines and all of that kind of thing. So I see that they sent a few people indicated that they got a notice that their order was um, there was an issue with the order, but it went through. But they gave them what they call a non-numbered version, so it didn't have a number stamped on there. Probably some that they had made for replacements of any defects or anything like that, I would imagine is what they were. But I have an open mind to know what numbers on mine. It's not labeled on the outside, so that means it's from 1,001 all the way up. And here comes Novice Nick. Buddy,
Hey,
how are you?
I am well. Welcome back home.
Thank you, buddy. I
Great
appreciate
to
it.
see you.
Same here. Same here. Hey,
Hey,
Harry. How you doing, Harry? I see Harry got on.
hey, Harry.
Yeah, good to catch up with you guys.
Yeah, that was a heck of a day, that Exodus release, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a mess. I was texting with Chance, concert buddy, because he was trying to get through as well. And Chance, did you get yours? Did your record end up showing up? Do you know what number you got? I meant to ask you what your situation was, because I think you got through before I did, actually. I got through at like after 5, and he got through earlier. There's Harry.
Well, I
Hey,
just,
Harry.
hey, Harry.
Hey,
Hello,
Harry. How are you?
everybody.
How you doing, buddy?
I had just gotten out of the doctor's office and heard about it,
Really?
and I had to hop on the highway. It was a 2-hour ride back home. And I tried a couple of times, and I was like, no, this isn't going to happen. I just said, well, whatever. And then I got back to the restaurant and I said, oh, let me give it a shot. And because there was several failed attempts. And then finally it went through. I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like,
I didn't
really?
know
Because
anything about it, so I didn't
yeah,
even try.
Oh,
this
really?
was hours and hours later. I mean, I just figured they were all gone. I said, we'll give it a shot. And sure
Sure.
enough, number 989 showed up.
Wow.
Wow.
You just got you got a sticker on the outside then, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
I'm
Up to
pretty sure it was
1,000.
not. Yep.
Up to 1,000, they did them on the outside. Yeah.
Yeah, because I hadn't had time to open it or listen to it or nothing.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I got this in the mail.
Ah, okay,
Nice.
cool. Okay, yeah, they just came out last week with
Second
those.
disc,
Yeah.
though, has some pretty bad scratches on it. They've already said they're going to send me a replacement.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
man, that's
All
a
right,
shame.
geez.
But at least they're taking care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I
they
just-
need to. You know, that's
yeah.
part of the business anymore.
Yeah, it's I think about it, and I think it's beyond scuffs, though. I imagine, right, Harry?
And actually, they're just deep enough that when you play it, you hear a tick, 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 tick. And there's like 3
Oh,
or 4
yeah.
scratches on it.
On something
Hey,
like
Chance.
that, it should
Hello.
not chance. Hey,
How
how
you
are
doing,
you?
buddy?
Good. How's it
Good
going,
to
guys?
see
Good
you.
to see you guys.
I had to
Yeah.
make this panel look pretty, so here I am.
All right.
Well, we'll still wait for another guest then.
Yeah. Well,
Kids
yeah.
get off of the stream.
Sorry,
Yeah,
wrong
well,
stream. Sorry, my
that's
bad.
right. Yeah, he thinks white wires coming out of his ears is really manly.
Hey,
I
I'm
don't know
trying.
what
I'm
this
trying to
is
bring the demo down by about 15 years. Am I doing a nice job with the old wired headphones?
about. Well, yeah, just as long as you realize the IQ is going down too. But anyway,
Accurate.
we'll leave it down. You know, I'm kidding you, buddy.
I know. I
No.
know. It's all
Hey,
good,
did you
man.
get your Exodus, by the way?
I did. Yeah, it sounded pretty good. I mean, I agree with what a lot of folks have been saying. I think I enjoyed the Rastaman vibration a little
Yeah.
bit better. I think Exodus has better songs, but
Mhm.
if I'm comparing the UHQRs,
Uh-huh.
I felt like the Rastaman had a little bit more muscle, if that makes sense, than Exodus. But you know, it's splitting hairs, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm kind of curious when I keep thinking about now how, and I brought this up in the Bill Withers thing. How many of a certain album have had reissues to where the tape was reused, and did Exodus sell a lot more, and than compared to Rastaman, and is the tape a little more worn?
Degraded, sure.
Exodus, yeah, that's what I start thinking about after 30, 40 years that starts entering my mind a little bit.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
Well, are you a little more worn over the past 30 or 40 years? I know I am.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's funny whenever I go to Europe, my Apple Watch is always going, you've done 3 times more exercise than you normally do, or whatever.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
like, shut up.
Your watch isn't telling you where the nearest mortuary is. I thought that's what
Yeah.
happens when you get a.
No,
You just
it's
ask Rob.
no, when I think too hard, it says I think you've fallen. Have you? No.
I was always
And
wondering
you
what
can't
happened.
get
Medic
up.
Alert. That would be the next app. Wouldn't a Medic Alert just make perfect? That one, and what was the other one? Psychic Friends.
Well,
Those
they
are
already
those are the
do.
twos that need apps on the phone. Too.
Shit.
If
One
it
time,
feels a big
yeah.
shock, if you don't respond to it,
Yeah,
it will
yeah,
send.
they will, yeah.
You can set it up to do a medical response. Yeah.
Yeah,
Harry,
one time.
did you notice?
Yeah.
Harry's a renegade. He's just got
Harry's- He's
Harry's
going
fallen
down.
on his head enough times.
put
It
Harry
doesn't make a
in the
difference.
I
bathtub
just
and drop a
don't fall.
toaster. It's okay.
Well,
Hey,
maybe once.
I farted one time and the thing went off. I mean, it's
Oh,
really
geez.
sensitive.
Air pollution detectors.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
we got a
So-
crew on tonight. I'll tell you.
Yeah, for sure. Where's Jason? Is he here? Hey, Jason, you can get on up if you
Star
want.
of the show, Jason Rojas. Yes, hello.
Yeah,
All right.
he's got to bring the youth in too. You know, we got to get some balance here.
I started watching his video with Michael 45, but I hadn't got all the way through it yet.
Whose video?
Yeah, I hadn't even
Jason
started.
Rojas?
Hadn't had
Jason.
time.
Oh,
They talk about Exodus.
They do. Mhm.
Yeah, I caught the
Jason.
beginnings. That's right.
I'm
Jason.
getting FOMO now. I think I should have. I didn't even know about it. I missed it completely somehow. But that's
well,
okay. I
It
haven't
was like
read
February 6th, I think, is when it was, if I remember right. Because
Yeah.
Surprised that it went so quick, though. I mean, why this particular title?
well, didn't the Rastaman go pretty? No, it
Yeah.
had a week. It was
Rossman
about a
took
week, but it was
Rossman
about a
took
week.
couple days for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
And then people were kicking themselves for a month, so they said it won't happen again.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So it
Right.
was FOMO for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that was the day I was trying to go on to their website just to see what they had new. And,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't get on. And I thought,
Guess what was new?
yeah, I had no idea that was why. I just figured they were
Surprise.
having issues.
yeah. Oh, you're relaxing now. Okay.
When you're a big celebrity, Jason, you need to take it easy. You take a breath, and
Yeah, that's okay.
I
Yeah,
can
well,
take his place if you'd like.
yeah, okay.
I want to hear, but Jason, you're always relaxed.
Yeah, really. I know. Really true. Yeah, but he's up there with the big dogs now. He's up there with Michael 45. You know, I don't.
Well,
you
he's
know,
got the
he-
albums.
Mhm.
back
it was
now.
nice knowing you, Jason. I guess this will
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, he's
Jason will
no
remember
longer
our small
slumming with
channels.
us.
I got FOMJ, fear of missing Jason. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, that's good. Getting a little difference. You know, who's on that show and doing those kind of things. That's good.
Yeah, I think Exodus has climbed to 350.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah,
yeah, it
really?
was like 3 and change. Yeah, I looked at it yesterday just because we were talking about it on the
Yeah,
stream.
yeah.
Yeah. We did. I asked that question. Yeah, because I hadn't seen what it had done. So
David, I didn't hear. Did you get a copy?
yes, I got mine. Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't
Yeah, well-
opened it.
While he was in Europe. Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
So tell us a little more about the trip to Europe.
yeah.
So, you know, basically it was mainly a business trip. So I had a conference that I went to for 5 days where I was both a participant and a guest, but, and that was like just hotel time. You know what I mean? You get up, you go have breakfast at 7:30 in the morning, you start at
Yeah.
8 and then you work till 6 and then they have dinner at 8 or 9. And, it's like,
Right.
oh, and then you're like trying to go to sleep at 10:30 with, a bunch of
Yep.
food, like a
Plus your
5-course
jet
meal.
lag.
Yeah. Plus your jet lag. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really, and then I went from there back to Madrid, and that's where I spent the weekend. A colleague from work was there. He took me around to the different record stores, and they were the first record store he took me into. They were playing some really hard rap with like the most offensive lyrics that
Now
you
we're
could
talking.
imagine.
Yeah.
I was like, I felt like I needed to take a shower after I got out of there.
Did you
But
pull out
anyway.
your do rag and just join them, David?
Oh,
You just
yeah.
pull 'em out?
Yeah. I was
remember
great.
the first time I heard a hardcore rap song. I was working for Firestone. I was a technician, and I had to pull a car in for work. And I got in the car and drove it in, and they had Two Live Crew. We want some pussy on there.
Oh,
And I was like, I called everybody over. I go, man, you got to listen to this. that was my first exposure to it.
It's like everybody's singing what everybody's thinking. It's like, it's like wow. That's
Sometimes
wow.
you're always there's certain songs that you always remember where you were when the first time you heard it. I was in a '76 Buick.
Yeah.
I think we got your next video idea for Harry.
Yeah.
Top 10.
I never heard the word slap and the name Dick so much in my life as I did in that store. And you're standing next to these girls, and you're getting almost embarrassed.
Yeah.
The worst part is when the girls know the words, especially
right. Yeah.
I'm telling you, go out. Well, the younger men go out into the club, and the girls know the words better than the guys. Sometimes blows your mind.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Richard. Anyway,
are we gonna slap Richard?
Call me Mr. Big.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
David, are you getting ready to do a #1 records video?
Is that a contest that's going on?
No, but I see the books behind you.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I thought you might be doing research.
Well, no, those books I've had for a long time, and I use them for reference. What I am getting ready to do is a video on the amount of 45s that have been out that have had hits on both sides. Flip side. Obviously, the Beatles own the record to that. I mean, crazy.
Some of the top hits, though, were actually B-sides that
That's
the DJs
correct.
turned over and
That
said,
is
"No, I'm
correct.
playing this song."
Yep, that's exactly right. Well, even a lot of people don't realize the song "Signs" by Five Man Electrical Band was actually a B-side. Then it got popular, and they repressed it as an A-side. So
I never knew that.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff happens.
How many like greatest hits do you think were accidental B-sides, like back in the day? I like you said, Harry, I'm sure some were deliberately putting on B-sides.
Well, there was
accidentally.
one called "Judy in Disguise with Glasses." That was a B-side.
Yeah, John Fred and the Playboy Band.
Yeah,
on Paula Records.
It's actually a good album. It's a solid,
I have it.
Yeah.
He was from New Orleans, wasn't he, or Louisiana?
Yeah, Louisiana. Yeah.
Yeah, I got his album here about 3 or 4 months ago.
Nick, you must know John Fred.
And his Playboy Band?
No?
Didn't they release that on an RSD recently, or it's coming?
Oh, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've got
and then who's the other guy from New Orleans?
Dr. John?
Yeah, Dr. John.
James.
Trombone Shorty.
Oh, Trombone Shorty.
Bobby.
Nick, now you're talking. Love Trombone Shorty.
Right.
He's awesome.
Who is it? Bobby somebody.
You heard of Mr. Sip?
Mr.
No,
Sip.
seriously, Mr. Sip.
No. He worked at 7-Eleven?
Entertainer extraordinaire. He's incredible. Great people too.
Maybe it was Bobby Jason, or anyways, he wrote "Walking" for Fast Domino, and he wrote "See You Later, Alligator."
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. There weren't a ton of the B-side things, but but I was really looking at ones that both the A and the B both hit the charts.
Right.
And it really started in the U.S. Really, the big one, first one was "I Want to Hold Your Hand," and I saw her standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about like Queen? Didn't they have "We Will Rock You" and then
we are the champions, and we will rock you.
Yeah, that's one of all-time ABs. Yeah.
Yeah. That was because they didn't want to try to jam that much on one side. Although the Beatles did it in '68 with "Hey Jude" was 7 minutes 11 seconds. That was one of the longest 45s ever. So, yeah, but there's another one, "Hey Jude" and "Revolution," right? It's
now
like
the only people that I can think of that would know that was 7 minutes 11 seconds are you, me, and maybe Mazzy.
Mazzy, yeah.
Well, yeah, I was a DJ,
maybe
so I used to read the labels.
Yeah.
Yeah, capital 5512 is "I Want to Hold Your Hand." I pretty well know the numbers of the singles too. I looked at them for so many years.
Right.
Yeah, but they all had the old orange and yellow swirl, capital swirl, and that would kind of mesmerize you almost when it was on the turntable. It was kind of weird.
You can't smoke and do that now.
No, no. Hey, I can do two things at once. It's no problem.
The art is doing them well.
The art is doing. Speaking of the Doobie Brothers, anyway, no.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys laugh. We just got our I guess the Doobies have extended their 50th anniversary tour into this
Did
year.
they?
And they're actually playing. So, Missouri geography, where a lot of people congregate for fun and recreation and shenanigans. It's called Lake of the Ozarks. It's the middle of the state. Bunch of lakes, bunch of shenanigans.
I know. Yeah.
You probably heard of the Party Cove. It's like infamous because of all the STDs that get passed around and all the valuables that get lost from people losing jewelry, etc. Well, anyway, we have like a condo out there for the family, and they just built an amphitheater. So literally in the middle of the state of Missouri, there's this giant like amphitheater. I don't know how many. I haven't been there yet. In Camdenton, Missouri, and the Doobies are coming. So my wife and I, we were like, we just got
nice.
Looking forward to it. And
I think they're with Michael McDonald too.
That's my point. Yeah, Harry, you read my mind because I'm a big Michael Mack. He's pride of Ferguson, Missouri. Like, can't wait.
See, that was what
I'm a big fan.
50 years ago when I seen him in Philadelphia.
Nice.
Well,
not one seat was required in the Spectrum because nobody used a chair. Everybody stood up and sang every word to every song. It was a hell of a concert.
Yeah, I've got the original booklet and T-shirt from their first farewell tour, the one that was supposed to be
right.
and,
hashtag marketing. Yeah,
right.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, back then,
the Eagles book.
Yeah, back then that was the intention. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, but then they all realized, hey, we might need money later. So
well, on that note, though, that's a good question, though, David, because Kiss just announced they went on Stern, I think, last week and said this is it.
Yeah,
they said this is the farewell tour. Now it's the farewell dates, and I think they're closing up at Madison Square Garden. Do we really think that
until we need more money?
I was gonna say, do you really think Gene Simmons can walk away from that money? I mean, you can only sell so many Kiss coffins and Kiss cigarette lighters.
He says it's going to end like a few miles from where it all began.
Well,
maybe they're all going
to. I really hope they follow through on that piece of it because I like the synergy and I like you're obviously ending at the largest arena in the world. We'll see.
Money's like crack; it's addictive. Or is it the other way around?
Here's a T-shirt that I found in my closet.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, real cool.
KZOK.
The Kingdom.
The Kingdom. Yeah, that's
1997.
That's dated.
Wow.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit me anymore. So
they blew up the Kingdom. Oh well, really?
You should have got the Kingdom size.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was the dryer that was making the shirts not fit.
Yeah, that's it.
It was the refrigerator.
Yeah. Blame it on the missus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, she cooks so well that you couldn't hurt her feelings. Yeah, that's it.
Where the live McCartney video was filmed in the Kingdom for Wings Over America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to that tour.
Cavern.
Yeah,
it was massive.
Yeah, I saw that in Chicago, the Wings Over America tour. But yeah, that was a good one. That's why it's like I sometimes go into these bands that were big before. Watching them now is kind of like,
almost.
So what's
cringe.
Leonard Skinner gonna do? I mean, they were touring as the band with one guy, and now he's
right.
gone.
Yeah.
They're going to use those holograms. Remember the holograms? People were thinking that was really going to take off.
Like ABBA was going to do that.
Yeah.
They're going to be called Leonard Skinny. You're not going to be able to see him anymore.
Oh man.
They're a cover band. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
At this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, when it's over, it's over. I mean, it's just. You can only do so much.
Tell that to the Eagles or the Kiss.
That's a great point. The Eagles, as long as
it's over,
they're gonna be milking those teats as much as they can.
Show me the money.
I thought maybe going to see Bruce this time, I was going to be a little disappointed. So I set my bar real low because he's 73. He hasn't toured
Yeah.
6 years or something. But he hasn't lost anything. It was
I'd like
just
to
as good.
I'd
Just
like
as
to
good.
thank you again, Harry, for posting that. I really
It was
enjoyed
pretty
it.
bad quality from what I'm told, but sorry.
No, it was great quality if you weren't there.
That's
right?
it's
Well,
better than
yeah,
no
yeah.
quality.
I enjoyed it very much. I put it on my TV, my big screen.
The price of
punted
admission
through my-
was right.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
Forget the scalpers. We got a Harry on the inside.
That's
yeah.
right. Harry's place.
And it's funny, when I tried to live stream using the venue's Wi-Fi, it wouldn't let me do it. And then I turned that off and went to my Verizon, and then it would let me live stream.
They probably
must
yeah
have
Right.
blocked it
they
somehow.
block
Throttle
those
it.
ports.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
block those ports. Yeah, they only allow like port 80 for internet browsing. So
Mhm.
yeah, otherwise it'd be bandwidth would be gone.
Yeah.
Plus,
CJC.
Oh, Christian.
yeah, there he is. How's it going? Yeah, but I tell you,
Christian just hit 800 subs, big milestone. I know, David, you're
Nice.
What's the live count going? How do you get to 2,000?
Oh boy, let me just check. It's increment. I didn't do any shorts to get it.
This is where David's pretending not to know. He's going to be
1.99K.
I think it's 19. I don't know.
I know
6.
it's 1994.
6.
Oh, I need to unsubscribe. No, I'm kidding, you, Dave. I'm
man.
kidding. Who was it? Somebody did that. They reached their number, and then somebody. We were all on that night. I think that was funny.
That
It was
reminds
going
me.
the wrong way. I remember that.
Yeah, it started going down. That was funny.
It reminds me of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, where they go, "You're going the wrong way."
Right.
How did they know where we're going? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just
that would be disappointing to hit 2,000 and go back down again.
yeah.
How long did it take you to get there?
It's just been a year. It was a year a week
that's
ago.
pretty good.
Yeah.
A year a week ago. So
Well, you put out quality material.
I try. It's
So when are we going to change our name again?
Yeah, that's coming. That's yeah.
Another rebrand, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Anniversary celebration, new name.
Right.
Anniversary rebrand.
Yeah, well, that's my big giveaway. I'm going to give away the name of my channel.
Wow. Wow.
What a sport, what a pal.
Right, exactly. Subs are overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's I mean, for me, it's views, and to me, people watching is what matters. But
I'm still listening. I have to change the record here.
Yeah. But the one thing I won't do, of course, I mean, some people buy subs. It's like, no,
I've heard that, but I wouldn't even know where. Not that I'd be interested, but where the hell would you buy subs? You got to go to the dark market or something.
I got an email from my account. Got an email saying you could buy. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, money grubbers.
I mean, no offense, YouTube or anybody on the panel, but having subs is not worth me spending 1 cent.
No,
right.
My money. Sorry. I'll do I did that one contest. That's about as close as I'll get to it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that. Now, I want to do something for the people who are subscribers. Not to get them, but to thank those who which is what I'm going to do. But my point is, I agree with that. I think the thing of it said, this is a sure way to grow your subscribers or something like that.
Yeah.
As they grow their wallet, right?
Chance, when were you in Portland?
Oh, so when I worked for Nike, I would be literally almost at least once a quarter, and they would put us. So the campus is in Beaverton, but they'd keep us downtown, where they would keep us in the hotels down there, and it was great because the record stores, like kind of like Powell Books, like they were open till like 10 or 11. So once I'd get done like doing all the people stuff with Nike, then I'd go walking, and I'd walk to like Everyday Music was open late, or there was a record store on 2nd Avenue, which wasn't that great, but I would also take Ubers over to Millennium, Crossroads. So I tried to hit. I didn't hit them all.
I did Crossroads 2 weeks ago, and
nice.
I bought a stack.
Oh yeah. It's a very diverse. I mean, Mazzy's described it pretty well as being like antique, like because there's so many different vendors. I didn't realize that. I saw it on Alex Rodriguez's documentary. That was the first time I'd heard about it, and so I think it was one of my last trips out there. I went there, and I'm like you.
Yeah,
I spent a pretty penny.
There's probably 30 different vendors at least, maybe more.
Wow.
And there's that one poor vendor that's right by the windows that gets all the sun, so all the records are like sun soaked.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Melting not included. Yeah. Okay.
Hey Harry, when are you in Tacoma?
I'm near Tacoma. I'm in Puyallup.
I'm gonna be up in not to give everybody my business, but I'm gonna be up in Seattle 2 weeks. So I might try to go out to. It's high voltage near you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If I formalize
12
a plan,
miles from me,
I'll shoot you a note and see if maybe you want to come out and just say hey or whatever.
Sounds good.
Cool.
When there's a big electronics show, is that in June or when is that?
End of June.
Any of you guys going to that?
Yeah, I am.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like several people are going, at least from the.
Yeah, Mazzy's going. Rob the Waxed. I think Jim from Record Collector News. I think Mike Esposito is going to come up.
Dinner's on Mike. Is that what I heard?
Angel's not happy about it, but
oh man.
Now I think in a couple of weeks there might be a record show coming up. I'm not sure when you're going to be here, but
I'm going to be up the week of the 20th. It's my son's spring break, so we're going up for that, and we're doing the touristy stuff like the Space Needle and the Pop Culture Museum and the fish market, but. I'm gonna try to make it over to Mazzy's maybe for a whack-a-mole, and then I said, maybe go to Tacoma if we can. And because I love high voltage, I love ordering from there because they do a really nice job on their website. So I'd like to at least see that operation in person once.
There's another good store too that I'll take you to. That's strictly pretty much all used.
Nice, yeah. Easy Street's the one that does breakfast, or they have a cafe, right? If I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, bummer. That's unfortunate. That must have happened during COVID because Jackpot was in a different part of Portland. It was kind of like, I think it was the art district, or at least they had some really cool, like artsy stuff. I went there one night, but they were closed, but that stinks. Never got to go there.
If you're in Seattle, go to Daybreak Records.
Daybreak. Okay. Is that the one you guys hit up?
Oh, and Golden Oldies. Do not miss Golden Oldies.
Daybreak and Golden Oldies. All right.
Yeah,
because I do have at least part of the trip. My wife just knows the deal. It's like record stores at least part of the day. So my son. The best part is my son's into records and he's spending his own money. So we Golden Oldies. All right,
always a
Golden Oldies is a really large, strictly used record.
Oh, love it. Thank you, Harry. That's great.
Yeah,
because Silver Platters is probably mostly new from what I've heard. Yeah. And then, Easy Street I had heard about, but I'm assuming they're probably predominantly new. Would that be safe to say?
Probably a 75-25 mix.
Okay. It's worth checking out, and maybe you'll find
kind of like Music Millennium.
That's kind of where I was thinking.
I was in a store in Spain. They didn't open till 5 p.m, so we waited for them to open. Got in there, had a great selection. The only problem was the bins were so full. You couldn't flip through the records.
Yeah,
I hate that.
And it it wasn't even that you'd have to pull. You couldn't hardly even pull them up.
Too tight, yeah.
And I just left. I'm just like, this is too much work.
See, I've found bins like that, and I'll pull out 7 or 8 of them and put them on the side, and then flip through.
It up,
yeah. The thing is, these places in Spain were packed with people. I mean, they were. And so you really had to be careful. You couldn't just lay something
right.
Even if you were going to buy something, you kind of had to hold on to it because if you laid it somewhere, it might disappear on you.
Well, see, y'all are having first world problems. I don't have that problem here.
Okay.
we don't have any stores to go shopping or browsing through used records and such. So most of my used records are through Harry or Mazzy or some of the guys on the VC, because I just don't have the opportunity. There's one place that it's like a flea market. He's set prices, no returns, no nothing, no way to play. And it's just like, well, why would you even bother?
Yeah.
And they're priced high. They should, half of them should be, dollar bins or, $3. And it's like, I'm like, okay, buddy, you don't have, great stuff to start with. And it's in horrible condition. The other, like, I'm not wasting my time. And outside of that, it's just Walmart, Target. So it's online vendors and
My friend
auctions.
showed a record the other day on his channel that he bought at Goodwill, and it was a record that I donated to them.
Is that the circle of life? Was that
The circle, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Circle of life. The circle of vinyl.
I would have still been happy if I was willing to part with my dollars to get it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it was a Billy Idol record, but it just wasn't in good enough condition for me to keep or try to sell.
Right.
Well, that goes back to the old saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure, right?
Yep.
Harry, have you done a whatnot in a minute? I don't think I've seen one.
Saturday morning.
Coming up? Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I've been holding off because I put an ad in the Record Collector News magazine.
Wow. So I've recently bought some ad space too. Look at you. Nice.
Oh, did you?
For the podcast. It'll be in the next issue, but
okay.
for the podcast.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, David. Yeah. Breaking news. I
really liked that one you did with Robert Fitton.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
You're at noon, Harry. 12:15.
11:15 a.m.
Your time though, right?
Pacific.
Yeah, your time. So Central's like 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. So we call it 1:15 our time.
Yeah. This guy put up Revelry put up a comment about half price books being hit or miss. The ones in Dallas. I mean, I've literally gone to the counter and asked for the manager and said, does your company have a drug policy for employees? Because whoever's pricing these is on drugs. I
have said that.
I swear to God.
But I have found some really good, even in the last year. I found
you can
once in a while.
You can, but it's by and large, But
I just bought 3 Vinyl Me Please records that somebody turned in there.
Wow, nice.
Which ones?
What was it? It was let me look at my Discogs here because I've already filed them away.
I can't believe David asked to see the manager. And then what's the male Karen? Is that a Kevin? That was a Kevin move?
I guess I'm a Kevin. Yeah.
I got a Cal Jader, a Stan Getz,
nice.
And
I think I've heard the Stan Getz.
What was the other one? I haven't put the other one in. I bought 3 of them.
But you said at half price. Half price.
Yeah, but they were not half price.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like the Stan Getz, so I think they had $40 on, but it was it's still cheaper than getting it on Discogs.
It is. Well, and they used to do better about discounting if you're like a member. They'd send you the promotional. They had the little calendar, but now, I mean, after COVID, I don't think they discount anymore. It's kind of a drag. At least in my area.
You have to get a calendar at Christmas time, and they've got coupons in there for the year.
Yeah, they got pictures of naked books in those calendars.
What stores are you guys going to?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I went in a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago. Hey, Dave, I got a series. This whole
the Time Live series. Is that what that is?
2-album series.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I remember that infomercial. Yeah.
I've got the CDs of those.
Yeah, and the guy had all of them from all the years.
Wow.
They were $10 a piece, so I grabbed them all.
Okay.
Sure.
Double albums. So
what's the sound quality on like those old
those are really good because those are like Time Life. Those are really good.
Nice.
All analog.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it was a Warner Special Products thing with Time Life. So
and wind up the turntable.
Exactly. Easy Street.
Oh, I have to remember that.
Under the top of the bins. Okay. Yeah. I have same thing in Sweden. This place they have consignment records under there where people have consigned selling stuff there. And I found some real treasures under there. But you got to plan on almost the whole damn day, to go digging through everything. But I got nothing better to do. So it's kind of good. Chill pill on jazz.
I tell you what, jazz. I don't know if you can see one of my. I have literally.
It's easy to go overboard.
It is because that's how I've been exploring, and I mean, I hate to say it, Chad Kassem's done an easy job of spending money. I'm not saying he would be watching this, but David, if you talk to him, you tell him I need those 3 or 4 prestige titles he's tardy on. I know he's sending out a lot of cool shit right now, but I need 3 more because I bought all 50 of those things.
Wow.
The shelf needs them.
Which 3 do you
Wow.
need? Send me an
Oh.
email. Send me an email.
Yeah, let's grease the wheels. No, he made a video, I want to say probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, saying they're coming. I think it was like 3 or 4 titles. It was
So's next Christmas. What's your
well,
point?
this is
Yeah.
fair. But it was like
Mhm.
Miles Davis relaxing. I understand why he was, waiting on that, because obviously there was the craft one batch or small batch that came out on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's like 3 or 4 other ones. But
I bought that one.
Yeah. I expect the next Steely Dan to come out this month, Pretzel
Mm.
Logic. So it's but yeah, there's did you hear I don't know where it was, maybe it was on your live stream, Chance. You were talking about not buying the first outputs of VMP when they come out. Vinyl Me Please, because
I mean, maybe I'm going to miss out, but I saw that Pearl Jam yield, and it spoke to me as a Pearl Jammer, but the price was a little tough. And then I did have, I'm sure Gary's going to do a nice job standing that operation up, but
they're having some permitting issues.
oh, no kidding. Well,
Yeah.
and plus,
the
I mean,
pressing plant.
Yeah, Denver.
plus, I think if I remember correctly, a lot of times they'll have a title and it won't come out by the release admission. They said this will come out in August, like this yield, or won't come out till November. And it's hard for me to give up $50 or $60. I mean, it's not hard, but it's just doesn't make sense for me to get $50 or $60 now, knowing I'm not going to get it for 6 months. I mean, I forget about pre-orders.
But
that
just think of
3
what a
months away.
surprise it's going to be when it shows.
Shit. Yeah. My wife's like, "What the hell's going on here?" And I'm always like, #pre-orders. I mean, because I literally forget about some of this stuff.
Yeah, I got 2 albums the other day, and I'm like, I don't even remember buying them. I really don't.
Well, yeah, because you pre-ordered months ago.
Yeah. And then I'm going the Bill Withers MoFi. I said, where is that? I could have swore I ordered it, and and I couldn't find it. And then I went and looked, and I said, oh shit, I bought it from Plaid Room. I thought I bought it from Music Direct.
Oh,
I've done that.
I've done that. I'm guilty.
Nick, you're not using the
forget
bathroom,
you
are you? You're not
ordered
pulling a stunty. I just heard some.
No, Humming Guru.
All right, thank you.
Humming.
Yeah.
Hey, you call it whatever you like, but I know some
Hey.
guys that call certain things a Hummer before, but I'm
Is the rule shaking it 2 or 3 times? The container with the water.
No sack.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, there you go.
David Stream.
There you go, Rach.
Come on now.
yeah. Get my stream taken down for Humming Guru.
That's what it is.
That's what
Yeah,
it is.
I'm trying to get through my
What's
collection.
your guys' opinion on the ERC mono thing? I'm actually really liking the VMP. I wish it was a little better, but I'm almost prefer the mono. Here's the issue with these kind of things, and I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, and that is, the integrity of some of these tapes, and then you take that, and then you take a process that's supposed to be even more accurate in reproduction. So it's going to reproduction of those errors or those problems on the tape are going to be magnified.
Yep.
There's the law of diminishing returns, I think, on this stuff.
What's the title of the album he's asking about?
Isn't it the Doors?
The self-title, right?
Self-title, yeah, first album.
The green cover.
Oh, yeah, because I have the Vinyl Me Please pressing of that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion is that when I heard they were announcing that, I said, shit, that the quality of that can only go downhill, as it relates to using the original tape.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't, and that's really, that in my mind goes back to the MoFi thing. And that is what they did in terms of the DSD and trying to capture it and freeze it was actually a great thing. And if they'd have taken credit for what they did, they would have been a lot smarter. Because the fact of the matter is time was on their side. They were doing the right thing. And because of the way they flubbed it. Yeah. Let me call Mick. Let me see if he can.
I have Chad's Doors pressings, and they're just incredible.
Oh yeah, I do too. Yeah, I do too. I love, especially LA Woman. Oh my God.
They've kind of made me a Doors fan again.
The 45s are exceptional.
Very often. Now I do with the analog production pressings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
you've not heard Riders on the Storm till you hear it on that 45 RPM.
yeah, absolutely. I'm with you.
Just unbelievable.
Yep.
Feels
That
like
is a
it's
fact.
raining in your house,
Mm-hmm.
literally.
Yep. Yeah, they're incredible. He's done a lot of good work, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
But I've enjoyed what I can, you know.
sure.
There's too much to
Yeah.
to purchase. It gets a little crazy. My promise to myself was I'm not spending money like last year. And I think a lot of people have made that.
It seems to be like one of those sentiments that I've heard from a lot of people is that
Yeah.
they're more reserved in their spending this year, intentionally, you know, deliberately.
Last year was a tough year. A lot of good stuff came out.
I'm trying to buy more used stuff instead
Yep.
of new.
How are you finding the used prices? Because the used prices are kind of creeping up in my area. Yeah, it's
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I can tell you in Europe, they're up 25% easy.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Now they charge a VAT tax on top of those.
No,
Okay, because it's used.
no VAT tax. But yeah, right. If it's new, they do.
Right.
nothing.
Yeah. So no, it's not bad in that regard. But I've noticed, you know, one of the shops in Spain it was ridiculous. They had a group of records that were all like 60s artists. And I'm not talking Beatles and that. I'm talking Bobby Vinton,
Pre-Beatles.
yeah, right, pre-Beatles or same time, and they were wanting 20-30 € for these, and I'm saying people buying these are dying off. Who they're not even going to know who the frick Bobby Vinton is.
Yeah.
Connie
Unless you're in,
Francis.
unless you're into polka, you have no idea who Bobby Vinton is. I mean,
Frank Yankovic coming at you.
Yeah.
yeah, he's yanking something. I don't know, but
It's even hard to sell an Elvis record now.
No
But
sex.
yeah, right. So I mean, it just was like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, it's just the pricing has definitely gotten to where I think you really got to watch what you're doing and know what you're doing.
Well, along those lines, Harry, I know you're part of the Esposito Gold membership. How's that working out for you?
Initially, it was good, but lately, every time I look, anything I'm interested in is
It's
sold
out. Same here.
So I'm.
Oh,
I'm
David,
actually,
you're a gold card.
No.
Oh,
I'm not but I've had the same experience looking to buy stuff on his site.
I'm actually not even renewing it. This will be my last month.
Interesting. Right. So how many months did you hang in there? 3.
3.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, get what you want and wait 6 months and see.
But I mean, each time it's more than paid for itself on what I've bought. So
Right.
Is it more about just the timing? Like, do you think that the selection is still pretty good? You just have to be literally be looking for it.
You got to be well. And the other thing is, he puts everything up on Monday, so everybody knows that. And I'd rather see him just put the stuff up throughout the week without announcing it. And
yeah.
But
I like that method as well.
A lot of the new titles, they sell out right away with them.
Yeah.
You just got a lot of people buying from them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I'm not trying to give away trade secrets, maybe you guys knew this, but so tonight, if you go to his site, he's already got a preview of the new records. And when his video goes live tomorrow, I think is when he hits the button or whatever, and you can buy the new releases. So I think a lot of that's going on
tonight if you see the video. That's the thing, is people just go there and look, because you'll see the new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I go there now and watch his video for tomorrow, a lot of that stuff is going to be sold out already.
Yeah, members get to see the video prior.
Is that why? Right? Is that why you're asking about those used stores, David? Are you looking for something or?
Yeah. Okay. yeah. It's exactly why. Because I went to Plaid Room and they didn't have. I was looking for the Daisy Joan and the 6.
My wife.
Indie exclusive.
Did you find it?
No, didn't find it. I saw the Amazon exclusive is available. You can order it. It's not coming out till the end of the month. But
is that film any good?
It's a series on Amazon.
Like a fictional
Prime.
band, right?
Yeah, it's a fictional band.
Fleetwood Mac, based on Fleetwood Mac.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah. But
And does it release comes out this week? Is that it's like a new?
No, it's already been released on black vinyl and indie blue.
Okay.
And the blue is what I'm looking for.
Okay.
And the Amazon exclusive yellow is available on Amazon, and it's coming out like the 27th or 8th of March.
But the blue is already out. That's
blue is out, and it's sold out.
Well, challenge accepted. Not to. I'll
Have
try
you
to.
tried Discogs
What title is that?
or Amoeba?
Oh, that's true. Could be an Amoeba. That's a good call here. And I can give you a discount code, David, if you find it on there.
You're muted, David.
He's saying, Chance, you're a son of a bitch.
Yeah. Chance, what title is that?
Daisy. I think he said Daisy Jones and the Six. That's the show, because I believe there's a book behind it, because my wife was telling me about this months ago.
Isn't that Lisa Marie Presley's daughter that's in it? Yeah.
Okay, what's that? Aurora?
Let's see. Bebop, boobop. Nope.
Are you talking to us, David?
He's trying to.
David's not talking.
I'm good at liberate. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Boom, boom.
What happens is my system, when that thing disconnects, it's a USB thing and it's gotten loose. You know how those USB
on the mic.
Hate that.
So Daisy Jones?
Daisy Jones, not Davy, but Daisy Jones and the Six. The Six.
And what's the title?
Aurora.
Aurora. Okay, yeah. I'm looking.
The band?
Yeah, the band is called Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yeah. Yeah, they have. Well, they got the blue. Let's see.
And it's a dark blue. Is that right, David?
Translucent blue.
Okay. Because I see it's not available. Deep blue clear is what's advertised. I'm seeing.
Yeah, they called it the Indie. Some call it translucent blue. It's
Indie X. Currently unavailable.
Yeah, that's what I've been hitting. I think it's been out about a week, maybe. I just found out about it today. My daughter was telling me about it, the show and that, and then I realized they had an actual album. Actually, the people in the show are the singers. They're not like, which is pretty unique, because like that wasn't the way, like in That Thing You Do, that wasn't the actual
right.
You know, but this one is. Yeah, I just gave away what my giveaway was going to be.
Oh, snap. See, hey, insiders, man, you gotta watch the stream. You'll find this stuff out. You gotta be in it to win it.
Son of a...
What?
I have a touch screen. I go to tap something and a notification pops up, and you go over something. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. I hate that.
Yes, and that's my son of a gun.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right.
Oh wait, we're not allowed to say that, are we?
No, you just did.
Sure you are.
Compared to what most people say, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So how did Mazzy's second auction go? I didn't hear.
Looks like it was pretty successful.
Yeah.
Less drama than the first one.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I ducked in a couple times just to kind of check it out. It's not really my scene, those kind of jazz records, but yeah, it felt more organized. It felt like less drama. I don't think In-Groove Mike was there, which probably helped.
I was going to say,
I don't know.
You think it was lurking?
Speculation that there was someone using another name that might have been him.
No.
They were asking, they said, how many of these records are going to be shipped to Arizona?
Right. Exactly.
That is pretty funny.
He had them shipped to Mexico, and they're going to bring them over the border. If they survive, I guess.
Well, I was going to say, if they survive, the O's cartel.
I heard earlier there was like 3 cops shot in Los Angeles tonight.
Really?
I don't know all the details yet.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy people. Yeah, so if you find one of those,
I'm gonna write it down, because I've already tried like 5 other shops that I didn't tell you about, David, but
Yeah,
I'll,
okay. Yeah, I
But
tried all the locals, and they were all bust on it. So, well, I think something like that. That's that going through Amazon's Prime. The show that all of a sudden probably
elevates the
Boosted.
profile
yeah.
and
Oh
interest.
yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised the one that they have on Amazon is still available. Well, it says it's available. God only knows if you really get
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Did I see something that these box sets on the Rolling Stones are coming down now? The ones that everybody was.
344. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, really? I need
Yeah.
a rebate.
Yeah. There you
Good
go.
luck with that.
See, yeah.
How about the revolvers? Have they come down?
No, I haven't heard
I
that.
don't
We were
think
talking about
so.
that last night.
Yeah. Okay.
Some people are still waiting for that one to happen.
Because I paid $140 for mine.
I thought I paid $349 for my Rolling Stones from the In-Groove. Does that
really?
sound right?
It could be. I know it was
$449.
between
I was saying
340 and
maybe it was
4.
Yeah,
440.
I would say it.
$449.
I know if you did,
That's-
Esposito's
yeah,
going to jump. If you did, Esposito's going to jump on here. That's for sure. What? Did Chad take over my electronic system? What happened here? Yeah.
So how many total records did you end up bringing back with you, David? I know you were showing some earlier, but total.
15, maybe, not really that much. But hauling them around, I got to tell you, the Madrid airport is a nightmare. It's huge. It's unbelievable. You go through security and you look up, and your gate is like gate S. It says 22 minutes.
Whoa.
I forget that. No,
And about 3 minutes of that was a train. The rest was all walking.
Wow.
And it was, and every gate I got, it seemed like was at the most extreme end of that wing.
Yeah, well,
possible,
of course.
naturally.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've never had this happen, but I got to tell you this story. So I went from the UK on Wednesday night. I went back to Madrid because on Thursday I had my last half of my round trip to come back to US. So UK is an hour behind Central Europe in Madrid. So I go down on Thursday morning because my flight's like at 12:45. I go down around 9:45 to have breakfast because they're open until 10:30. I go down in the restaurant and the lady goes, "Can I help you?" I said, "I'm here for the breakfast. It's supposed to be till 10:30." She goes, "Well, it's 10:50 right now." I'm like, "What?" My watch hadn't changed for the time zone.
Oh,
So I was supposed to be at the airport already.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
But I made it, but I was one of the last people to get on the plane. And
that's a long walk.
Hello, middle seat, huh? Oh man.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I actually had a window seat, but
Okay.
I had a window seat and then I lost my window seat and got an aisle seat.
So you're running late and it says 22 minutes to the gate.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then I get to the gate and I got a carry-on. She goes, "We can't put that on the plane. You're going to have to gate check it." She said there's no space left. So
yeah.
So I was on a window seat. I moved two up because there was only one person in that row. And then the person that left the window seat 20 minutes later came back and said, "I've got to sit in that seat because I've got whatever, my leg problem. I got to lean against the wall." And the seat she moved to wasn't and then they ended up putting me on an aisle, which was fine, but it was just moving, it was just like playing musical chairs at 39,000 feet.
Oh, for feet's sake.
How long was your flight?
For how long the
It was about 10 and a half hours. I mean, it was 8.5 hours to get there. The headwinds were really strong.
Oh, I hate that.
Wow.
There were a lot. The last 2 hours, it felt like I was at Six Flags Over America. I swear. It was just moving and rocking and rolling.
You're lucky they didn't charge you extra for that.
I know. You're right. You're right. But when we got into Dallas was going to have tornadoes that night. So I just got in. I mean,
oh wow,
another hour, I probably wouldn't have been able to land here. So it was just kind of one of those trips where I don't want to say everything that could go wrong did. It wasn't awful, but there were enough.
Well,
the booking I made at the hotel in London was for a week later.
oh jeez.
I had done it on my phone, and
Your
I guess
watch didn't change.
no, that was doing it on my phone, and I just tapped. They have those like calendars, and when I tapped on it, I tapped what below, where I needed.
User error.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, luckily the place they had a room available that night, so they just moved the reservation. They just moved it. It was fine. But
That's good.
But it was because I was with another guy who lives in England who met me there to show me around, and she's like, "Well, I got a reservation for you, but I don't have a reservation for you." I'm like, what?
So it was a totally stress-free trip.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, there you go, Harry. That's what I was
Hey,
trying to
you made
point.
it back home and the plane didn't go down. What else do you want?
Yeah, right. I know.
True story. True story.
Here's
Yeah.
David. I've been a passenger
Same
3
here.
times.
You just, I get a headache from it sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had a guy I was a friend with when I worked in Roanoke, Virginia, and we had to take a flight to South Korea. And this guy hadn't flown since the war, ironically, since the Korean War.
Wow.
And he ironically, so we're flying over there, and about an hour before we get to Seoul to land, he's in the very last row, just changing underwear every half hour. And I go, Rich, I said, just remember, landing is simply a controlled fall from the sky.
Oh, what a friend. What a nice friend.
Wow. Remind me not to travel with Bianco.
I'm not going to tell you what he called me, but
yeah, you earned it.
I know.
With friends like you, right?
Who needs enemies? Yeah.
Oh, that sounds funny though.
Yeah. Yeah. Traveling is not what it used to be.
Oh, I got something to show you, Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that exciting.
Just you, Harry. David, me and you need to.
You guys can't watch.
Yeah.
Okay, Harry. I'm working on it, Harry.
Eyes. I won't look.
Here you go.
Oh, there you go.
What is it?
Harry knows.
Harry knows.
See, there you go.
Oh,
it's dividers for the records.
Oh.
Okay.
Cool.
We're working on it.
Nice.
Thanks for the education, sir.
Yeah.
I think they're going to work out better than the others. I had the ones with the little A, B on it. And this is going to be much better with the names and the high contrast.
How do you make those out of what, Harry?
I get the divider cards from Bags Unlimited, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I just use this tape and wrap it around the tab, and then I write on it what the artist.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. If you have 5 or more LPs of the same artist, it gets one.
Yeah, it makes it so easy to find stuff. I mean, look at you just look for the artist you want.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think those were letters because I didn't know what freaking alphabet you were using with them.
He's not from this planet.
Well, yeah, I know. I heard he's from Uranus, but anyway.
Man, David been working on that new material over in Europe.
Yeah, I'm
been
telling
working with
you.
some joke smiths over there.
We're going to ship them back to Spain.
Yeah, I know. Somebody said they used to order from Bags Unlimited. Yeah, I've ordered from them. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
The only thing is, they kind of hit me for the freight from to the west. Anything to the West Coast, their shipping's a little high, but
yeah. Well, that's
to be expected, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes that's
shipping's expensive anymore.
This was a great set I just got recently. This John Hughes classic soundtrack stuff.
There's actually a good podcast about that on the Record Store Day podcast, the one that Paul Myers, Mike Myers' brother, does. They had the guy who helped organize that collection. And he kind of
really?
It's a good listen for a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you need some more material for podcasts, huh?
Desert's a little dry, but we're working on it.
Okay.
I've been listening.
Well, thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a good month. I mean, our first month we had over 1,000 downloads. So
Yeah,
you want to kind of keep that momentum going, but also have to kind of rein in herding cats sometimes. But
sure,
a lot of learnings.
That's with anything, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt whatsoever. So anything going on related to any new box sets coming out that you guys have heard that are worth consideration?
Not me.
Okay.
Not boxes. I know Neil Young's got 2 releases coming out, but they're just the standard issue.
I was gonna say it's been another week. I mean, right? It seems like it sometimes.
Yeah, but I haven't heard no box sets that I can think of.
Okay.
Pink Floyd.
Now Chance helped me get that Todd Rundgren Something Anything box from Record Store Day, and it's a 45 RPM, and it sounds fabulous.
My local record store, like 5 minutes from the house, has got one of those on their shelf.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it.
I had trouble.
We don't have squat.
You don't have squat. No.
Squat has more than I do.
I said, it's sold out. It's in demand. She says, well, no one's buying it here.
Yeah, well, I guess you got to find the right.
How much is it?
I think it's 89
yeah.
bucks, something like that. Yeah. But the OG's good too, but those songs, I mean, Todd tends to put a lot of material on one side of an album. So that, those tracks getting squished together doesn't help the fidelity.
No.
So them spreading out a little bit as it actually helped.
Yeah.
But that's
I would have liked to have seen them done it on colored vinyl though, like the original promo.
It is.
I think they did a colored vinyl box, but it wasn't 45 RPM.
Well, the Something Anything is colored and it's 45 RPM.
Mine's not.
Yours isn't. Mine is.
Mine's on black vinyl. And it's
Really?
Record Store Day, isn't it?
Wow.
Isn't it black vinyl?
Mine isn't.
I got to go look now.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to change your record. I'm going to.
Oh, he's cleaning records. I'm going, those are the quietest records I've ever
heard. He was doing this last night during my stream. He cleans records like during these. I think that's
hey, Malia. How you doing, Malia?
Hey.
Well, she's there. She is. Hey.
I got a collection I have to get through.
You do?
Eventually, I'll get through all of them.
David, you are right. It is on color vinyl.
Yeah.
I must have been high. Think of a
Let's have some good edibles out there, Harry. What's going on?
Yeah, no kidding. You can't go home again, Chet Baker.
I was thinking you got a rare one there because I don't think they're all one.
That's right.
There you go. You got your surprise.
I'm happy now.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Let's see here. Somebody had a comment. Let's see what this is. There we go. Caesar.
Yeah, no, Chad's really high on that Lightning Hopkins stuff. That's like one of his favorites.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just got one and I love it.
I could tell you Chad's problem is he can't get enough done that he wants to get done. He doesn't have the capacity. Right. I don't know if he ever got to a third shift or not for a QRP or not. He was trying to get, but getting people to work these days is sometimes a bit of a good people to work. People actually
it's a magic act.
Yeah. So, but he's, he just has a lot of aspirations and he has to manage them. And unfortunately has to make choices.
Yeah. I had to close a restaurant.
There's a lot that goes into it before they even press it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's the thing. I really got a sense of that with the Steely Dan deal because they were still working on that deal in late August when I was there. They were still finalizing stuff about it.
Nick, are we burying the lead? You closed the restaurant or just for tonight, you mean?
No, I closed. We had two. We closed one of our restaurants because we can't get help. No, nobody wants to work.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. And So we consolidated. Now we have enough help, but we're down to one location. After 35 years, we've had two locations. We opened in January of '86. So,
what kind of restaurant is it? I mean, in terms of what you serve.
Sandwiches, salads, pastas, dinners.
Okay.
Yeah, East Coast food.
Gotcha.
Cheesesteaks, hoagies, oven grinders.
Oh, okay, good. All right, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, mom's from here and dad's from Philly, Air Force.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Military brat, sure.
No, it wasn't a brat. No.
Oh.
I'm no brat.
So how close is the closest cardiologist to? Anyway, I'm just.
Hey, if it's a good cheesesteak, it's the way to go. That's how
Absolutely.
I look at it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
if I'm gonna die, I got to die with a cheesesteak in my hand. You know?
I'll tell you what. We have people that come back from Philly. They say, "Look, we had to tell them you need to come to Louisiana and get a real cheesesteak."
So do you subscribe? Because I know the cheesesteaks out there, they use that Cheese Whiz. What kind of cheese you put on it?
Yeah, let's put trash on your food.
I'm just asking. I've never been to Philly's, but like Geno's and those places, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't go there. Okay, those are tourist traps that don't care if you never come back. They got your money. You're going to throw it away, and wonder what's the big deal about cheesesteaks. Yeah. Don't bother.
Caesar, I've never heard Going Away, but I'm a big fan of the Muddy Waters Folk Singer. That's a great album.
Yeah, that's a great LP.
Going Away.
Yeah. But yeah, you use the New York Square white American cheese.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
How you doing?
Fantasy. Fantasy.
Rock and roll fantasy.
Rock and roll fantasy.
That's
right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey, Malaya.
What a name. What a name. So,
but yeah, so
hey, Chance, you were at like 555 subscribers the other day. I saw your number. It just caught my eye. 555.
I was making a blood oath to get over the top there, and then I think we were at 556 because I was doing some stuff on it. So I've passed that weird number for sure.
Okay. Wait till you get stuck on 666.
Well, that's yeah. I may have to use one of those bogey accounts just to push me over the top. You know what I mean? I don't want any kind of bad juju. I've already had enough trouble with this channel sometimes.
Have a couple friends unsubscribe till you get to a point. Okay, subscribe.
The push is on.
Yes, yeah, don't want that number.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh.
Malia said I can't wait.
That's a spirit.
That a girl.
Speaking of spirits.
On brand, girl.
Yeah, there you go. It's just a number.
Hey, to Malia's credit, she was unaware of Vinyl Community Podcast, David. I think we got a new listener.
Oh, cool.
All right, nice.
She said now she's got something to listen to at work. So
yeah, they're good.
Now, where do I find the podcast? Because the only reason I listened to the one was I saw a link from Robert.
Oh, from Fifth End?
I thought so. Like, if I just wanted to see all your podcasts, where do I go?
What device do you have?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of phone do you have?
Android.
Okay, I mean, they should be on the Google Store, but Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify. Yeah, if you have Spotify, iHeartRadio, if you had that app on your phone, you could listen to it through there. Podbean. So yeah, there's multiple podcast purveyors. It really just depends on
any of them will carry it. Then
it should. Yeah. Now I do need to look at the Google Podcast one because I did get a little. I think I got a search bounce, but let's see if it's still on there. It should be.
So yeah, Mazzy.
And you know what's even easier, Harry, is if you just go to the website Vinyl Community Podcast. I've already got little links with the icon, so you can just click whatever, whatever platform.
The information will be in your ad.
It will. It actually will. It actually will. It's all there. It's all there. You'll see it in the next Record Collector News.
Yeah, Mazzy, I don't think Harry can use the Apple podcast because he doesn't have an Apple. So.
Right.
I won't because they ripped off the Beatles.
Oof.
Whoa.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'll put the
No cookies for you, Mazzy.
No cookies. Put the cookie down now. Come on.
Cookie.
So I put the link in there, but that's just for the website. But if you go on the website, I'm going to click the Google one and make sure it's working. Yeah. Yeah. So if
come in here.
I can't present.
Yeah.
So if you go to Google Podcasts, Harry, if you have that app or if it's a pre-install on your phone, our whole list of shows, because the one from Monday was Nadine's follow-up interview with that Andreas Cole guy, and as David laughs.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have the Google Pod? Is that like a default install on your phone there, Harry?
I don't think it is, but I can load it.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah, if you have any of those apps on your phone, again, Apple, Spotify, whatever, Amazon.
Yeah, it's
just search Vinyl Community Podcast. You'll see that little.
I got a link there too. I just put up in the stream here.
Perfect. Yeah.
To go to and that gives you the links to any.
Yeah, literally, just click on the things and they'll direct you to wherever you want to go. And
on the device you're on.
I mean, I obviously am listening to like everything we're putting out, but I mean, I was listening to podcasts before. Honestly, it was David and I talked about this. There just wasn't that kind of content out there, and especially for long drives or you're on a plane for a couple hours, traveling or whatever. So if anything, it was just a service to ourselves, to be honest. So whatever happens, we'll see. But I like listening to this stuff, and I have since we've gone live.
I thought you were going to see the Sadies tonight.
The pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
Wow.
He is younger than me.
Really? Wow.
Mazzy can teach you tech as long as it's Apple.
Only by a few months.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And anybody have one of those boxes, for putting your new buys in until you get to them? Put them up in your shelves.
I wish I was that organized. Those usually end up like in front of my bins, like on the floor.
I just ordered that reasonable price.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So when you get home, you can pop them in the box, and it comes with a lid, and they fit LPs perfectly. You can pop them in there till you're ready to either clean them or whatever you want to do or get organized. But right now I'm out of shelf space, so I got a couple of them. I just found these the other day. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Let me grab one of those.
And it's the Pink Floyd branded one.
Yeah. This old thing.
What's that?
That's fine. My Wednesdays are my time with my son, and so I went and picked him. He's 17. He's, like I said, he's going to record stores and shows with me now.
That's
nice. And he goes, "Dad, I've got something to admit to you." And I thought maybe he stole something or touched a girl or something like that. And he goes, "I was wrong. Pink Floyd is actually pretty good." And so now he's been doing these deep dives. Like when he came home tonight, he's on YouTube watching these deep dives on Dark Side. And, my wife and I are talking to him about Sid Barrett and all that stuff. And you could see like his mind being like,
hey, has he listened to metal yet?
Oh, Harry. Yeah.
That's my favorite Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
You need to send him to my channel. I did a thing on Dark Side of the Moon with early mix of it.
Oh, okay.
The early mix of that I got through a Parsons contact. So it's got some interesting differences from the production album.
Nice.
That was your 50th anniversary one, right?
Yep. Yeah. 50th, you mean? That was 50th anniversary of Pink Floyd. I'm not that old.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Right, no. I did my first anniversary and 50 because my anniversary is on the same date as Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon was released. So, but only 49 years later. So
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was standing in front of Abbey Road on the 50th anniversary of Dark Side of the Moon, which was really cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was kind of just by coincidence.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I would hope you didn't buy airfare to go do that.
No.
So how many people are like waiting to walk across Abbey Road? Like
it's there's usually at least 3 or 4 on each side, and it's usually sets of people.
Yeah.
Like there were four people from Asia there.
Groups
and
of 4.
four more people with cameras for the 4 people from Asia. And so you had 8 people in the middle of the street about to get killed. And if you go to abbeyroad.com, you can watch it live and watch people almost get killed.
Yeah, they have a camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. But it was so damn cold. I went across it. I had a coat on, man. It was like 30 degrees. So I mean, so really the effect was kind of low. Yeah.
What, it's winter somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my
Southern
azaleas are
California.
blooming.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, Mazzy hooked me up with a guy named Richard that does these tours. He does a walking tour for 2 hours. It was like €15. It's a great deal.
Nice.
It was fun. It was really good way to go. Really good way to go.
Our friends are going to Spain. They're going to do a 500-mile walk that the Christians did or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like, I don't know, 30 some days it takes. They do 15 miles a day, I think.
Wow. Tell them watch out for the lions, though.
Yeah.
Go after the Christians.
I'll meet you at the other end.
Yeah, right.
Oh Lord.
That's a question for Jason, I guess. We got a little. Yeah, I took it, Maz. I did take it. I mentioned you. And I said, Mazzy, he didn't know who I meant. And I said, Norman Maslow. He said, oh, yeah.
Oh. That's only in the States. That's only in the States.
Yeah,
he's
right.
known.
It defeats the purpose.
The one they call the Mazzy.
Yes. Yeah, the people on Abbey Road, it's ridiculous. Yeah, the drivers are like honking their horns. And
they should just shut that street down.
Yeah, that would make the most sense. And then, charge somebody $1 or something. You could do like a, community outreach thing with it.
Well, it's right at a street that tees into Abbey Road right there as well. And it's Abbey Road. I mean, that road's a pretty busy thoroughfare, actually. I used to think that Abbey Road itself that crosswalk was like off, the street, like at a T off of the street. Well, it is the street. So it's not as easy to do. Mazzy, have you emailed me yet? I don't know. Get your business done elsewhere, gentlemen.
Yeah, what's going on here?
None of your business.
None of your business. Has he ordered any of those to-go subs from your place to ship out to Seattle?
No.
Yeah, you got dry ice. Like how if I wanted to order something, could you ship it to me, Nick? I know.
That's actually, there are companies that do it, and that's a different business.
Yeah,
it's like people say, "Oh man, can you cater this or cater that?" They don't realize that's a completely different business.
Yeah.
Than having a restaurant.
Yeah, because you need the capacity. You need somebody to plan. You need a whole different crew.
You need different materials. Yeah, it's a different business.
I want my cheesesteak in a whiplash container.
I can give you whiplash and a cheesesteak.
Yeah.
No problem.
Anybody here know who Sean Kemp is?
Yeah, from the Sonics, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got arrested tonight for a drive-by shooting in Tacoma.
What? Jeez. I was just watching Rain Man highlights like a day or two ago. They came up in one of my feeds. And I was like, man, I miss the good old days of the Rain Man. He was
with them when they won their championship, I think.
The drive-by, unbelievable! Because he was from Kentucky originally. He was at Kentucky for like half a semester. He basically was straight from high school to the pros. He took that tour stop in Kentucky, and then he was at the Sonics for 6 years or something before they traded him.
He owns a couple of weed dispensaries in Seattle.
Yeah, it's funny you said that because like in St. Louis, our big NBA product is a guy named Larry Hughes, who's the same age as I am. He literally just opened a dispensary this weekend, brought in Allen Iverson, who he played with. Like, I guess these NBA guys are divesting their portfolios, which
they were all using it when they were playing.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. They should be pros on the court and at the dispensary, right? Man, that's a bummer.
Except Michael Jordan, he says he cleaned it up.
Shit. He just never got caught. I'll be damned. Man, the Rain Man. I know Sean Kemp looks like he ate the Rain Man last time I saw him anywhere. He's enjoying that pension, but man.
It's the munchies.
That makes sense. Son of a gun. Well, Rain Man, Hope you don't go to jail, man. But I don't know. Drive by.
Yeah, it was kind of like a breaking news thing, so I don't know all the details.
Wow, you got LA cop shootings. You got wow, you're just a bevy of
Yeah.
Harry's got the shooting scene down.
yeah,
He's
right.
There's a shooting in Poughkeepsie, New York. He's got it.
We'll call him
I
Catman.
live near Tacoma. What can I say?
Living the good life while everybody else shoots at each other.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that is nuts.
They can take my records from my dead cold hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a deal.
Sounds like a job for the wax.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you hear a knock
Right.
at your door, Harry, don't answer.
No, I plan on beating him there.
The Grim Reaper.
When I went to see Rob in L.A., he had this cloak with a big sickle.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You have any records?
Yeah.
it sounds right.
The Ghost of Vinyl Pass.
Yeah.
That's Passed.
He was a good host, though. We had fun. He's really a good guy. Don't let his
When you
persona-
get, I was going to say, when you
Yeah.
get him away from a microphone, he's okay. Yeah, I know.
So
It's,
when you're in LA, Harry, what stores did you hit up? I know you probably went to Amoeba, right?
I went to Amoeba and somebody came up to me and said, Harry. And I said, and he gave me a Yoko Ono pin because that was the day they were doing a Yoko Day on Rachel's stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I said, who are you? And he wouldn't tell me. He wouldn't tell me, but he made sure that I knew he was not a fan of Rob.
Oh my god.
So I told Rob, I said, I think I met a friend of yours today.
Oh man, that's too
I
funny.
said, he wasn't a fan of yours. Any idea who it was? He said, that could be one of thousands.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
I was
yeah. What's the latest list of the restraining order say? Let's look at it. Good grief.
Yeah, he wouldn't tell me who he was. So I still
that's
to this
too
day, I
funny.
don't know who it was.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been out to LA since Amoeba moved down the street to that new location. I'm chomping at the bit to get out there.
Yeah, it's nice. But I still like the one on not hate. Come on, Mazzy, where is it? Not the
Ryan
one
was
in
with-
San Francisco.
You got a question up there, Harry?
Amoeba. Let's see. My favorite record in my collection. That's impossible.
That's tough. isn't
Yeah.
it?
I can't even say my favorite artist.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what, when I get new equipment, the one album I always put on is Dark Side of the Moon.
Mm.
Because I know it so well that
Yeah.
if there's anything different.
Sure.
In Berkeley. That's where it was.
Amoeba Berkeley? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Rasputin's right around there. There's
Yeah,
like 2 or 3
yeah.
shops right there. Yeah. David, what's your favorite? Like, I know you've traveled a little bit. What's your favorite out of towner that you've been to in person?
You mean a record store location?
Or brothel, whatever one you want to tell us.
Oh, okay. Whores are us. Let's see. I've been to Plaid Room Records and I really liked it. So
Yeah.
I mean, I have been there.
Mhm.
That's a big one. I'm trying to think of. There was actually one in St. Louis. I just can't remember the name of it.
You probably went to Vintage Vinyl. That's usually the one that
I
most
think
people
it
go
is.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite store in LA, definitely though, was Record Safari.
See, that's another reason I need to get out there is
That is a
because
really
I
good
follow
store.
their Instagram and
And their prices are reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets around. Alex gets around, and I know that there's some people there's mixed thoughts on Alex in the hobby in general, but that store sounds like a treasure trove of just good stuff and used. Like you said, like really well curated.
Which Alex?
Alex Rodriguez. He's
Okay.
He's the owner of Record Safari. He had the
Okay.
documentary, the same name, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't the Alex from Rachel's show.
Oh, Alex Dickey? No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Yeah. That's when's by the way, is Rachel, she hasn't moved yet, right? No.
I don't think so.
No.
No. Okay.
I think
But
she
they
said
did
couple
sell the
weeks.
house, and that's a
They've
done
already
deal?
bought a place.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's just a matter of, well, she's going to miss a few days at some point. I'm sure she's going to have to, unless we're
I
going to
don't
get to see
know.
her.
She's
Unless we're going to
talented.
get to see
I
her
don't
move,
know.
get to see her move live. We're
There
in
you
the
go.
truck.
Well, you know it's
Put the
getting
quick
close
box
when the
set right
Queen's
behind her.
box set's gone.
Yeah.
Move your effing ass away from me. I got to get through here. Yeah. Here now. Yeah. Sue, I yell at him. You give him the finger. Okay, we'll be all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I found the LA Amoeba to be higher priced
Mm-hmm.
than the San Francisco store. But maybe they pay more for their used records. Who knows? I doubt it, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try to get out to the LA area in the next few months is to look at the new MoFi construction.
Oh, the plant.
Yeah, and then stop at RTI. So
Yeah, I was just telling Mazzy. Yeah, I fly into Seattle on the 20th. Really, I think we'll probably connect probably on that Wednesday. But he's been very generous. He said we could meet up for a drink, meet up record stores. Even offered the whack-a-mole, which is probably what I don't know what my family's going to do while we're doing a whack-a-mole, Mazzy, but we'll figure that out. It's just my wife and son, but tough on them.
as long as you don't start calling them wankers, you'll be all right. You just gotta... I was talking to somebody from Britain. They said, don't ever use that word in Britain, just in Britain. It's
that's a no-no.
It's huge. It's hugely offensive.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whoever told you that is a wanker.
Yeah.
That's right.
So is it
in this case?
It
It was a wankerette in this case. But
is
anyway.
is it offensive along the lines of, and I hate to say it's like the N word, or offensive along the lines of like calling somebody, like, pardon my French, a dickhead or something like that?
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, closer to that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Something about mother's underpants. I'm not sure what it was, but anyway, so something. It wasn't good.
Oh, isn't bloody supposed to be a no too? Bloody this and bloody that, or
I don't know about that.
You're bloody well right.
I think that's just something
just
to
slang,
emphasize.
Right? Yeah, like an adjective.
Well, if it is, John Cleese is in huge trouble. So, that's all I got. Yeah, you guys know Faulty Towers, right? That show that out of England, that was 12 episodes they did back in the 70s, Faulty Towers. And it was rated the best British comedy ever, number one.
It was on PBS.
Yeah, and they only made 12 episode of it. Well, now they only show 11 because one of them had Hitler in it, and they won't let him show it on broadcast TV at least. And he did a Hitler thing, but which is crazy because they did it in Monty Python too, right?
Course.
I mean, he did the same thing.
But
anyway, they were going to redo that show. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say about it. I don't want to hijack this with Adolf Hitler thing, but no,
that's okay.
I mean, nobody has that mustache anymore. Like, that guy not only was a terrible human being, but he ruined that mustache for anyone else, like, ever. Because have you ever seen anyone else try that mustache? No. Terrible human being. Terrible. Destroyed the mustache.
Yeah.
Doesn't the guy in Sparks? Or is that a real thing?
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking
I'm
about.
not familiar. What do you mean?
That band.
Oh, that somebody actually wears it? Wow, that's a bold choice. Okay.
He did.
Okay.
He used to, yeah.
Okay, because I've literally, that's like a bar thing. We joke, like, why does no one, obviously no one wears that for a reason, but wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they're going to redo that show, I think, with Castle Rock, with Rob Reiner's company. Oh. They're going to actually do some new installations of that show. But there's this whole thing about what he can get away with, and what it's I don't know what you can get away with anymore. Right?
I would hate to be a comedian or a comedy writer now, because honestly, like,
everybody gets
canceled, and nobody can take a joke, and it's just
Dave Chappelle.
Well, Chappelle Chappelle, he just whips it out.
He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, I like him. I like him.
Yeah, good for him. He didn't get canceled.
I think
Whatever,
those guys,
crap.
like him and Rock, came to St. Louis like a month or two ago, and I went and saw it. And yeah, they, it's one of those things where you got to turn in your phone because they don't want you recording the footage, which I'm fine with. I mean, that makes sense to me. But I think outside of that, like I couldn't name a new comedian. Could you guys, like that's literally breaking through that hasn't been canceled? Like, I don't think they exist.
It's tough.
What's a tougher breakthrough, to be a musician nowadays, do you think, or a comedian? I mean, seriously, because
nobody has a sense of humor.
They've always been they've always been tough, but I'd say that the abuse that of a comedian now, and it's kind of like if you're like the late night shows, it's not comedy anymore. It's all political banter.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like, even I just read a thing Jay Leno said he totally took all of any political stuff out of his stuff because he said
it was great.
Yeah, and he said like Rodney Dangerfield, you had no idea whether he was an independent or a Republican or a Democrat. Right. He just delivered his shtick,
Yeah,
and so it's kind of like that's the deal. You're going to offend half of the audience either way, pretty much. So
yeah,
it really doesn't add a lot of value.
So some comedians decide that let's just offend everybody, and that way you're not picking sides, right?
Broad brush.
That's what Dangerfield. He was
right. I get no respect.
One of
the best.
Take my wife, please.
Well, even Don Rickles, right? Like Don Rickles,
oh, yeah.
He was the master of roasting people. I don't think I know he only passed away a few years ago, but he can't do that stuff anymore.
Oh, those roasts from the 70s.
I've got the DVDs of those.
Those were great.
He pushed the envelope there.
Yeah,
you couldn't, but you had even black comedians like Nipsey Russell and people that they just they just they were funny and they just it was all everybody knew it was comedy.
It wasn't good fun. It wasn't personal. And
Killer, I'm gonna get you, Killer.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen a comedian named Jimmy Carr from the UK? Oh my God, one liner, one after the other, and nobody's spared.
Yeah,
he's very funny.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is he a stand-up or is he a roaster, or what's his lane? Or is
he's kind of a roaster where he'll pick on people in the crowd. Their mothers. Usually he picks on their mothers.
Oh wow, he just goes right.
You gotta watch Jimmy Carr. He is funny.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, wow.
Everybody's got one.
Well,
yeah,
it's true.
Well, yeah, they don't always know who they are, but yeah, they got one.
I thought that was the father. Oh wait, it's all confusing.
Well, it could be either way. Could be either way. Could be.
Or is your father your mother and your mother your father? I don't know.
I'm my own grandpa.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, absolutely.
That's life. Was that Willie Nelson that did that, or a bunch of people did it? I'm my own grandpa.
A few people, I think. Yeah.
People are way too touchy these days. Yeah, I'd say that's true. It's no doubt. Yeah, you gotta watch what you say.
To quote Chad, oh fuck you.
Yeah.
We'll leave the rest of it out.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Or as he would say to Mazzy, shut up.
Yeah, well, that's what I was referring to.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, right. It's all in good fun. God.
Yeah. I just happened to be recording that stream when he did that.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, that's funny.
Joe Coy I believe he's an Asian comedian. And correct me if I'm wrong, Cesar, but I think, is that the guy who's with Chelsea Handler? I could be completely off on that. It's pretty bad when you don't know the comedian, but you know.
I think from what I just read, I think you're right.
Okay.
Well, he's got really bad taste in women. I can tell you that. Sorry.
Bad tasting women. What?
Yeah, right. Yeah, probably.
I'm like, how would you know?
Every other joke, he's going.
You know what came up in my feed the other day, guys? And remember that when the
That
comedians
woman.
would do when the comedians would do like the film, they'd film the performance and it'd come out like Richard Pryor Live on the Sunset Strip was playing. And my God, just the storytelling, just the humor, and he was making fun of himself about the speedball and all that. I mean,
well,
brilliant.
his most famous album was called "That Nigger's Crazy."
Yeah.
And that was his most, and
he was one of the first to really come out this.
Oh yeah,
use it in humor.
Yeah.
Well, Red Fox, but he didn't get anywhere near the publicity that.
No.
Oh, he had talk about a potty mouth.
Raunchy.
Woo!
Yeah, him and Mom's Mabley. I don't know if you've ever heard Mom's Mabley.
Yeah,
you ought to. Oh my God! Oh my God!
It's making you blush, David. It's pretty.
God. Just thinking about it. Oh my God!
Yeah,
she didn't have any teeth.
Yeah, Mom's Mabley.
I'm showing my age, Harry, but
R-rated just wasn't rated for that.
No, there was no rating for that.
Yeah.
I mean, just.
Oh, actually, hey, along those lines, not to change the subject, have you guys heard of Wheeler Walker Jr.?
No.
So there's this guy. I was turned on to him. This is his greatest.
He looks like Hank Williams. He looks like Hank Williams.
Yeah. So this is
Chance is turned on by him.
I am. He's good stud.
Looks just like him.
Good looking man.
I watched some of his YouTube videos.
Chance, could you go get some sunglasses?
This is my father. Wheeler Walker Jr.
Luke, this is my father.
No, but a friend turned me on to this kind of stuff, and it's kind of like mock tire. It's a country songs, and I'll just put them up there. Maybe you guys can see them. But I mean, what kind of classics?
Yeah.
Finger up my butt.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, you should check it out on YouTube because I put this on and it just makes me laugh because you don't take it too seriously. I mean, and it's actually to be credit, they're actually not bad songs. You know what I mean? Obviously, they're very lewd and raunchy, but I mean, it's because I put them in the car. My wife's just like shaking her head. And I'm like, look, I'll turn this off.
Yeah, right.
And she's like, no, it's okay. The music is actually not terrible on this. And I'm like, okay. She's like, the words maybe, but. So
yeah.
Well, you know what happens when you play a country song backwards? You get a job, your wife starts loving you. It's satanic.
Yeah, your dog comes home.
Yeah, right, exactly.
The truck starts running again.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you live in a house that doesn't have bricks under it. Just
or wheels.
Wheels. Yeah, I was gonna say that's mobile homers. I grew up in mobile home. I hear it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, well,
there's a song about mobile homes, and he says, "Why do they call them mobile homes when they never go anywhere?"
Right.
Yeah. Well,
park on a driveway.
See, that's not true. When a tornado comes to town, they go.
Yeah.
I used to say, "What? It's like, what do you got? A bullseye on the roof of those things, or what?" I mean, it's like
absolutely.
Yeah. My favorite country song is. I needed a double wide just so my wife could have a living space.
I think I've heard that one. Yeah,
you might be a redneck if.
Yeah,
I go back to the comedy.
You go to a family wedding to pick up girls.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You might be a redneck if the guy hollers "hoedown" and your date hits the floor.
Yeah. There's dozens of them.
Does Jeff Foxworthy still do like that bit anymore?
I saw him at a local casino, and he did not do one single. You might be
that's the worst.
Yeah. He's changed.
I think he's playing here April 1st.
At the very end, he might have done like one, just because people expected.
Well, that's
but
like
the whole thing was different.
So I went and saw it. So remember JJ Walker from Good Times?
Yeah,
So I saw him at a comedy club once, and like the people I was with didn't know him, and I tried to explain it. And so you're waiting for him to say dynamite at some point. Right. He didn't say it the entire time. People were calling out dynamite. Wouldn't do it. But you know what? After the show, that son of a gun is out in the lobby selling T-shirts. And guess what the T-shirts say? Dynamite. I was like, you gotta
pay extra for
dude.
That shit.
Not cool.
That shit.
Not cool, bud. So lame.
It's like going to the first Batman movie. Everybody in line is singing the theme to Batman, right? They come out. I'm sorry, but really, you need to play it once, but no.
Well, they did
The
that.
Prince is playing.
They did that in the Spider-Man movie. They had like a little homage to the old campy '60s Spider-Man theme. Just it was like on the radio or something. And I thought that was a nice little
Yeah, they
homage.
did do squat. No tip of the hat to the '60s. You know that.
Like
That's
they
my
did
butt.
Wild Wild West remake of
Yeah.
that. They didn't use I don't think they used the original music.
Yeah, see, I think they need to tip their hat to where the roots. If they're going to rip it off, I mean, come on. How many new ideas are there in Hollywood?
Not many. Not many.
Yeah.
They're all on the TV side. It seems like
Redone, the redo, and redone.
Or in these independents like Amazon or Netflix or whatever. Those are,
Well, Westerns are making a comeback.
Really?
Because of that Yellowstone series.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're milking the hell out of that IP. There was a prequel, and then is there a prequel of the prequel?
And they said they're thinking about doing 2 feature films.
Well,
and
I've been watching
got another series he's coming out with called 6666 about his ranch.
This is Kevin Costner?
No, the guy that writes all these.
Oh, got it.
There's only one guy that's writing them all.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Anybody see The Mandalorian? Spaghetti Western crossed with Star Wars.
Yeah. John Favreau did that. I mean,
well, that's what the latest Top Gun was. It was just a remake of Star Wars. Same plot. They got to go fly through, and they got to drop the bomb in the right spot.
Right. Yeah.
Just didn't have R2D2 in it.
Well, that was before they knew that they had Chinese balloons flying around. That was if they'd have oh, we've been having this happen for years. I mean, it's just like, hello.
Yeah, no, to that point, though, I think Hollywood is plumb my ideas. I have a friend who worked in the industry for a while. He's not Rob. I know Rob knows everybody, but this guy worked in talent relations. And I asked him that question. I'm like, where are the good ideas? And he laid it out for me. It made a lot of sense. It's a risk reward thing, is that the folks or the studios who are putting up the money are more willing to use rehashed intellectual properties or titles or characters or whatever than to take a risk on something.
Yeah, they have a track record.
Yeah, it's got a
Angel
track record.
Studios taking risks.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. With the Chosen,
with Chosen and a bunch of other programming.
Well, that Jesus Revolution movie is killing it at the box office.
Yeah,
great movie.
Yeah, But matter of fact, Disney sued Angel Studio, and I mean that's as deep as pocket as you can get, and they won. Angel Studio beat them in court. Said, "Look, we're providing something you're not providing, and you can't prove that any of this was your property."
Yeah, it was pretty outlandish to say that they discovered Jesus. I thought that was pretty.
Disney said that? Oh no!
Well, in so many words.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. What case could they have against another studio outside of we have more money than you do?
Yeah. Well.
Because Angel Studios didn't have any money. They want GoFundMe and said, "Look, we need $5 million just to start fighting them." And we need that within 30 days. And 15 days later, they had $10 million. They said, "Come on, we'll fight you." That was money just given, not even tax. You couldn't even write it off.
What was the film?
It's a studio. Angels has a studio.
The Chosen, that series called
The Chosen is the series on the Apostles in Christ. That's one of their products. But they have some animation as well and some other stuff, nature shows. So
how did Disney put a claim to that?
They have more money than God. I mean, come on, they're the biggest studio in the world. Why not? Somebody else was offering something that they didn't supply. They didn't have their money rubbing hands into, and they wanted it.
They thought they could knock them out with a legal case, I think.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it was about.
Yeah, it's a strong
arm. Yeah. Always. Yeah, it happens a whole lot.
Yeah, milk them down, get them out of the.
Put them out of business.
Kill the competitor.
We're willing to take a loss.
Bankruptcy and then buy up the scraps. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've kind of resisted watching this show.
Yeah,
Which
there's
show?
Mazzy's. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, Maz, because I was talking about the soundtrack that's out. Yeah, I've watched all 3, and then they come out on Friday, so Friday will be episode 4.
How do you guys
Yeah, it
like
is really
that?
well
Because
done.
I know it's the traditional way of like, and Disney Plus did this with Mandalorian. Talking about that, Nick. You know, releasing 1 episode a week. We were so conditioned to the binging. Like, I actually kind of got the hang of binging. I would wait, and I would just take a weekend and power through a show, and
Well,
Yeah.
because
actually got to
that
like
way
that.
you don't subscribe for a month and then cancel.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. Yeah,
I've got to go take my dog out. I'll be right back.
okay.
We're
Well,
we're diversifying,
diverse. Yeah, I
Patrick.
mean,
Yeah.
we're just we have a department of diversity and equity and everything.
There is music in theater.
Safe and Sound Texas is really. I mean, I didn't know it was a vertical. You know, like they talk about the different levels of the organization. I mean,
Yeah.
you got DNI,
Right.
you've got
Yeah.
IP. We're all the
Absolutely.
acronyms. I like it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, and Maz, the soundtrack to that's pretty good actually.
Yeah, it is.
I ordered the Amazon version of it on vinyl because the performers on the show actually do the singing, and I mean they're actually the ones involved, and I guess the lead is actually Lisa Marie Presley's daughter.
Oh,
Right. So
well,
Ellis,
hey guys, I need to get to work tomorrow, and I'm going to pull a Harry while Harry's out. Right.
Okay, Nick.
Right.
Thanks for joining.
I'm going to pull a Harry. Tell him that I did that.
All
y'all,
right,
thanks
buddy.
so much.
Take
Have
care,
a blessed
Novus.
evening.
Good seeing you. Take
Good to
care,
see you,
buddy.
Nick. Be
All
good.
right, y'all. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, I thought of that too, Maz. It was like Almost Famous. It has a lot of that feel to it. A little bit of Laurel Canyon, a little bit.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
there's just elements of it. But it's it's an interesting path of information in terms of the way the band starts and stops, and yeah.
Patrick's right here. You got to throw that one up, David. That is a hairy move. We're gonna look at the empty chair for about probably 10 minutes, and then you're gonna see a hand come up.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
Who let the dogs out? Harry.
Harry. How many more minutes you gonna be?
Oh, Wyoming Dave.
Yeah, come on up.
He's been under the weather. I text him sometimes, and a lot of people in the VC. Marsha P. Have you ever watched her stuff, David?
No.
She's like a newer channel. She's actually very funny. I enjoy some of the videos I've seen of her so far.
Yeah. Okay. Where's she from?
That part I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know if she's revealed that, and I technically I don't blame her, because of the weirdos out there. But she's she's really funny, and she shows some interesting albums, probably stuff I wouldn't be familiar with. But
yeah.
Does he need
where's
a link?
the link? Oh yeah, sorry, I need to. Sorry about that.
David, you got to pay the Patreon. You haven't heard of the Audio Excursion Patreon page? That's how you get up here now, pal.
Oh yeah,
got to pay to play.
Got to pay to play. Nah, I've looked at that and I went.
I mean, I to each their own. I don't want to like say it's right or wrong, but
yeah,
I don't ever foresee me or anyone I know doing a Patreon. There's other ways, like Bob Bradley sells T-shirts, like those kind of things.
Yeah,
go for it. But a Patreon, like, I don't know. I just don't. It feels weird to me. I don't know how you feel about it.
Well, I haven't pulled the trigger, so I mean, I looked at it about a year ago. So let's see here, David. Here he comes. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Wyoming Dave. What's up? How you doing?
Going? Hey, David.
I'm doing good.
There's Harry.
Oh,
Harry did come back. Harry did come back.
David replaced Nick.
Yeah.
David's starting a hoagie shop. So
yeah, what kind of cheese do you put on your cheesesteaks, David? Can you tell us, please? He might not be here for that one.
Yeah, you missed that. You missed that. Sorry,
Wyoming
about that. Don't worry
Dave. Sorry,
about it.
Wyoming Dave.
Don't worry.
I turned the other YouTube mute and turned this on. Excuse
I'm
me.
reading these comments, Patrick.
Yeah, he noticed
Hey,
your
David, I wanted to show you. Don't mean to interrupt.
Please do.
Oh,
I mean,
Mom's Mabley. Okay.
Oh, you're
listened-
kidding.
I've listened to it, but she's as hard to she is hard to understand.
Can you? Yeah, let me. So is this is the comedian you're talking about?
Because she
earlier?
doesn't have her teeth in.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
She never has her teeth in.
She's kind of funny. Yeah.
And so her shtick is like Red Fox raunchy. Is that? Did I pick that up earlier?
I need to
Kinda.
listen to the album
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, I'd say.
Excuse me.
And if you listen to it these days, it's pretty tame, really. I mean, it's risque.
For back then, is that kind of like Dolomite, like
Yeah.
like Rudy
Yeah.
Ray Moore? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'll never forget when I was a kid, I heard this Red Fox thing about a lollipop. I didn't know what he was talking about at the time. But
And then there was Rusty Warren. She had the album Knock Us
Oh,
Up.
yeah, exactly. I
I
remember
got that album, Harry.
You usually see that in Goodwill. If you ever see them, pick them up
Interesting.
Yeah,
if they're cheap.
especially if you're with the wife. Yeah.
I wanted to show you guys two of my recent purchases.
What do you got?
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses, yeah.
Use Your Illusion 1.
And I got this one from Walmart too.
Yeah.
What are they charging for those?
Yeah, those were kind. Those are kind of expensive. I'm not going to tell you.
Well, they had, those when those came out, they were part of that remember Walmart did everything was like $15.
Yeah.
And those
November?
I would have pulled the trigger on $15,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find them in my locals. I was kind of bummed about that.
You had to get them online.
They were
No,
selling them for
sure.
15 online. Son of a gun.
Because I bought the whole Van Halen series online
Yeah.
Damn.
for 15 a piece.
Are these the Walmart ones with the fake laminate, Harry?
Mm-hmm.
So on your Van Halen one, do you have that pressing defect on Janie's Crying?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
About 3 seconds in.
Yeah, the ticks.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
What
I think
happens?
everybody does. That one is because
It's
even
just it makes a clicking kind of a click.
it comes in and out real quick. I know, but it's still because even in
And
that
I
box,
probably wouldn't even have known about it if people hadn't been talking about it. I don't know if I
Same.
would have noticed it.
So now we
Man.
know why Jamie's crying. Okay.
And it's
This-
not
this
on
is
the original pressings because I compared them.
No, yeah, it's definitely related to that pressing run for sure.
Well, stuff happens.
That's right. So Wyoming Dave, are you feeling better?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, you had a cold or something going on?
For a few days, yeah.
Well, you sound better. You sound all right. You sound back to your normal self.
You think?
Whatever the hell that is, right?
Well, yeah, whatever that is. That's right. That's right.
I rubbed my nose raw last Friday, blowing my nose.
Oh, that's the worst.
I'm a little better, yeah.
Good.
At least it's not the stomach flu or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the C word. COVID.
I'm just
word.
getting ready to start reading this.
Oh, so that would be authorized then, right?
It's his story.
Okay, cool.
We'll see what he has to say.
I hate it when you think they're going to be these big reveals and have some real fun stories, and it's just like vanilla. You know what I mean? Like they don't really reveal anything, or whatever their controversies over their life, they don't really speak to them. So hopefully it's better than that.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to offend anybody,
Yeah,
so.
and it's like, hey man, you're probably going to check out of the planet in about 20 years, maybe 25. Why don't you just be honest? Like, let the fans know. I don't think a lot of these musicians just let us behind the curtain because that's what we want to know. Be honest. It's what do you got to lose at this point?
One of the best books I read was a Dave Grohl book.
Oh, the My Life one or whatever. Yeah.
He tells it like it is, and I got a lot of respect for the guy.
He's great. Did you see? Speaking of LA shootings, Dave Grohl did that pop up for because I guess in LA there's been some. They had the snow, and then now there's been a lot of weather stuff going on that they needed some outreach. And Dave Grohl brought a smoker and smoked barbecue meat, and he's actually going to do it again. And he did it. They used a code name Dolce and Gabbana, like because he wanted zero publicity about it. He wanted to do it under the radar. Of course, there was people found out about it, but I thought that was so nice and so kind, and the fact he's going to do it again, like, good for him. That's a good human move.
And he's a good family guy. He really is. It's all about family. Yeah, his mother raised him right.
She was a teacher, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And let him drop out of school, which is it's so ironic because
She told him, follow your dream.
Yeah. Well, that's what my son gets these bad grades. That's what he's quick to tell me. Well, Dave Grohl dropped out of school, and I'm like, come on, man. You gonna move to Virginia? Like, what are you gonna do here? Like, give me a break. It's algebra, man. Come on. These kids.
Where am I going to use that, Dad?
Yeah. Well, listen, I can relate to math not being the best subject, but if you're not even putting in the work, I mean, come on. But yeah, he used that one on his mom, and I heard about it, and I was like, look, man, Dave Grohl is a one of one, but for all your dreams, I tell him he plays that guitar all the time now.
Well, you can't get there. You can't get anywhere without doing it. That's
you got to
sure.
put in the work. I mean, that's the most important thing. Like, if,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you guys can relate to their parents. Like, you want them to do well, but you also want them to learn the values of hard work. And not to get all boomer here, but Nick was talking earlier about finding staffing for his restaurant. I mean, the work ethic and some younger folks, it's just missing. It's unreal.
Oh, jeez.
It's not a ringing endorsement, Nick.
Yeah, well.
Hey, can I ask Harry something?
No.
Sure.
Patreon. You go to Harry's Music Room at
Oh, my
patreon.com. $4.99.
Why
What's
did
that?
someone told me in the VC community, I don't remember who it was, that you stole in a record store?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, very cool. I didn't know that.
From like
Cool.
97 till 2008. It was a used store, used CDs and records.
Cool, Harry. That's cool.
Oh,
I don't
gee.
know who was told me.
I started the store with my own record collection. That's how
Oh.
small I started. Yeah.
I've heard
Wow.
about some people doing that. Yeah, with their own collections.
And I still remember my first customer coming in, buying a couple of records from me and leaving. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, these people think I have something valuable to sell to them. It was just my record. I couldn't believe people were coming in to buy my records, but it grew. It was good. I met a lot of good people that I'm still friends with to this day.
Right on.
Why'd you wind it down? I don't think I've heard that part.
Because I had a little band at the time, and this guy that played keyboards in the band asked me, he says, hey, if you ever want to sell this store, let me know. So I came home and talked with the wife, and I said, it's not the easiest thing in the world to sell a store.
Oh, sure.
And if you got somebody that's interested in it, maybe now's the time to do it. So we came to terms, and that was 2 weeks before the economy crashed in 2008.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was asking. I wonder if there was something related. Yeah. Ooh, you made it out alive.
Yeah, I just got out in the nick of time. And he kept it for another 4 years. And then he sold it to a guy who moved the whole store to Bend, Oregon. And all my racks, all the racks that I ended up buying were all old Tower record racks.
Oh,
cool.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I was in a store a few months ago, and the guy, like, only about 20% of the records were marked in terms of pricing. And I'm like,
Oh, you mean they had no price reference on them at all?
Right. Yeah. And I said, well, and I guess a lot of it was his collection. And it was like, he was kind of like, well, I look up what they're worth of those that don't have a label, and look what they're worth, see if I really want to sell it or not. I'm like, what?
Oh, well, you know what's worse? I don't know if you guys have experienced this. I haven't experienced this in records, but my son and I would go to like used video game stores, right? And you go and there's no prices. You have to bring it up to the counter, and then they run a quick cross check on the discogs of video games or whatever, and then they tell you the price. I've never seen so much, part of my French, bullshit in my life. You think it's because it's a $10 game, $10 record, and you bring it up there and they're like, oh, Discog says this is 20, so it's 20. Like, give me a break. What kind of business model is that?
There was a store here that did that, and I swear to God, I'm telling the truth. If you would come up with a record and he'd go, oh, I don't know if I want to sell this one. Really? It was like, and when you went there and knocked on the door was locked.
You told me that story. I remember this.
I said, well, I want to shop. Are you going to buy something? Well, yeah, maybe. And then when you went inside, he locked the door behind you.
Oh, hell no.
It was
Hell
right next
no.
to
That's like the Gimp
it
in
was
Pulp
right next to
Fiction.
where High
Hell no.
Voltage is now. He was a nut job.
What a
I don't know if I want to sell this. Well, then why is it here?
Is it a charity?
Yeah.
What are you running here, fella? I mean, come on. I would tell that guy go fly a kite.
It was called Swan's Magazine Mart, and he had a lot of Beatles memorabilia and records, which is why I would always go there, and a lot of Kiss stuff. Kiss. It was always with Kiss. I don't know. I want to keep that. I don't want to sell that.
Well, that's how that guy. So in LA, there's oh god, I have to look this up. There's a store.
Rockaway Records.
No. So there's a guy. I have to look it up because I don't want to mess this one up. It's in. I think it's off censored. Record. This is a great story. I'm telling. There's a store in LA. What's the name? I'm crazy. That's similar to that. This guy has a ton of stuff. But he's crazy as shit. I have to find this. Rob, I asked Rob about it one time. He knew about it. Oh, for Pete's sake. Sorry, fellas. I don't mean to hijack the conversation. What was this guy's name?
The Penguin.
Whack,
whack, whack, whack, whack.
No. Sorry. What a terrible tease. See, this is why I'm not a good host, or I'm not on these streams. I have such a. It is probably going to be the worst. You're like, oh, really? That was the story. What a buildup. Oh, for Pete's
Record Parlor. Somebody wrote Record Parlor.
It might be the Record Parlor. No, Record Parlor's down the street from Amoeba. They're okay. They're kind of overpriced, but found it. It's literally called the Record Collector. It's on Melrose. Okay, so one of the first times I went out to LA record shopping, I had saw the Yelp reviews because you're like, where's the good record stores? Amoeba. I went to Record Parlor. It was okay. Some of the sound stations over by LAX, all that stuff. But I kept seeing these terrible, and I mean terrible reviews for this place called the Record Collector. And they're like, the owner's misogynist. He's racist. he tells you he won't sell you a record. So, the lore.
Rob owned a store.
So it was just like High Fidelity.
Oh yeah. So this guy, yeah. I wish. Let's see if I can hear Google this. I want to get this guy's name right. But so read all these
many records.
You got to be. This guy was open. Unlike Matt Kessel, this guy.
Yeah, he was open.
Yeah. He was pretending to be open, but the long and the short of it was this guy. The myth of this store was really appealing, and my wife and I were kind of like, oh, this guy could be just a real asshole. What my wife even said, what if this guy is rude to you? What are you going to do? Because sometimes I can not take that kindly. And I was like, I'll just walk out. So we go in this place, and the records. I mean, he had a ton of records. He had records in the front, and then he had a overstock in the back. But he was as advertised. But I had read the reviews that said you got to treat him with respect and know what you're talking about. So I was looking for James Brown. I want to say Live at the Apollo at the time, the original on King, 1963. And so I asked for that record. So he had an assistant that worked for him. It was kind of like Frankenstein. Remember Frankenstein had the guy. I'm serious. I know this is funny, but so he called him over. And then he went and
Igor.
Yeah, he was like a runner. And so this guy goes in the back.
Moving from side to side.
What hump?
And that guy was friendly. That runner was friendly. So the runner goes, he's gone for like 3 minutes, comes back. There it is, 1963, live at the Apollo, James Brown. And so I looked at it and I was like, okay. And it had a lot of scratches. It probably would have played fine. Knowing what I know now, those old records would have played fine. Caesar, yes. Right. That's the runner's name is Caesar. And so even though like Planet of the Apes vibe, right? And so I look at the record and I'm like, oh, I don't want to buy this because there's no price on it, kind of what we were talking about before. And so I'm like, how do I tell this guy I don't want this? Because the guy's like literally looking at me.
You.
Yeah, he's like literally looking at me. And so I'm like, okay. So I said, I might get this one. So I put it kind of the thing. And it was so hard. It was like breaking up with a girl. It was so hard because I didn't know how to get out of there because I did not want this copy. And so I think finally I was like, hey, thanks a lot for your hospitality. Bye. And I just didn't even listen to it. So we went back our next trip to LA when we brought some a gay couple of friends of ours. And I told them, look, you got to know what you're looking for because this guy is no bullshit. And I showed them the Yelp reviews and they were like really intimidated. He conned them into buying. So my one of our friends collects recordings from Carnegie Hall. And so they had like the Weepers, some band from, like an older like band. And it was the Weepers live at Carnegie Hall. And you know this record, Wyoming Dave? Have you seen this?
No, I never heard of them. No.
Oh yeah, I mean
The
it's
Weavers.
the Weavers. Yes, the Weavers. That's it.
Oh, the Weavers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good night, Irene.
Yeah, so our friend finds this, and he asked how much this is, and the guy said $30. And my friends and I didn't know, and I don't even think Discogs Mobile was around at this time. So he bought it. Sure as shit, we're in a half price books like a couple weeks later. It's in like the dollar bin, and I sent him a picture, and I was like, dude, you just got you got intimidated by that asshole guy and Caesar because they really didn't.
And did he say you took me there?
I bought him dinner next time we were in town.
Okay,
we took care of him. But anyway, yeah, the Record Collector on Melrose it's worth going just because it is as advertised. Not again, the guy wasn't rude to us because I did try to like flex. I knew kind of what I was looking for and knew what I was talking about. But if you want to go down a deep dive and just have a laugh, read some of these reviews because they're this gold is amazing stuff.
That's right.
What city is that in LA?
It's in LA. Yeah, it's off of Melrose. Like it's right. Okay. It's right near Century City and the Farmers Market. Like if you remember watching Price is Right back in the day, and they're like, oh, the blah 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 Farmers Market. Like literally, it's like 3 blocks from there.
Oh, it's like by CBS Studio City.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
See, that I know.
So what would this guy do if you walked in and did like Elaine did at the Soup Nazi and just like, I don't know what I want.
Oh, he would have told you to, pardon my French, he would have said, get the fuck out of the store because a lot of these reviews were saying that like these kids were going in, kids new to vinyl and they're like, oh, record store. And they go in and they're like, you got the Justin Bieber or whatever. And he would tell them to fuck their right off. Go fuck yourself. Like, I couldn't believe this. I was kind of hoping somebody would come in so I could see this. Maybe not me experience it directly, but I wanted to see the presentation.
What's the name of this store again?
The Record Collector.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm gonna read the reviews.
Read the reviews, Harry. It's worth about 20 minutes of your time because you won't believe it. But I'm on the Google reviews. Beware. Extremely hostile, unpredictable, and unprofessional owner. He will overcharge you. I'm gonna read this one. It's a 1 star. This is from Davin Sanchez. I was in the neighborhood with my 10-month-old daughter record shopping. The owner greeted us and asked what we were looking for. They didn't have the album I wanted, but had another used record that caught my eye. Nothing was priced, so I asked what he wanted for it. The owner said he wanted $25, which I questioned because it was so steep. He then told me new records go for $40 and up and said, yeah, sometimes, but not on average. I walked back over to the records I was looking over, took out my phone, which is a no-no, to check if my wife texted me, okay? He said, no photos. I told him I'm not taking photos. He then walked over, started talking about audio, digital versus vinyl, and overall sound. Then how he doesn't sell online or whatever. I enjoyed this type of talk, so I engaged. I thought I was having a conversation about music with a passionate fellow collector. As the conversation continues, my intuition started telling me I might be in an argument, but wasn't sure.
I might be in an argument.
I continued to be friendly and mentioned to him that I collect and sell from time to time. His tone got different. He then called me a competitor. I tried to disarm where he was going with the conversation. His tone then got a bit louder and aggressive. I brought up that he was being rude. He said, I'm lucky I'm not yelling. I said, why would you yell? He said, because there's a child present. Mind you, my child is strapped to the front of my body. I asked, why would you yell at all? Very confused by what was happening. He then aggressively said, let's talk about Ride Cooter. Are you buying it or not? Dumbstruck, still, and totally aware he was trying to rip me off, I said, I'm going to take my business down the street. He then started yelling and cursing at my daughter and I, telling us to get the fuck out of his shop. calling me names and to never come back again.
Boy, that's a
Wow.
long way
I'm
to-
telling you, that's just one. Like, check them
Wow.
out. I mean, it is so funny. Now, I'll never go back there. Twice was enough for me, but I mean, as advertised, unbelievable.
I could see some kid going in there. Have you had any records
Oh
about
my
this band?
gosh,
This band called the Beatles.
Oh my gosh, to be a fly on the wall would be so amazing. You know, it's funny. Is Caesar, the helper guy, was real nice. He was nice, and he both times we went, okay, told the same story. Do you know the Hugh Laurie from whatever that show, House? Like,
Yeah.
He's like, we have sold records to Hugh Laurie. Do you know the Michael Jackson? We have sold records to Michael Jackson. Like, it was like, okay, cool. How do I? Where's?
Do you know he's dead?
Do you know if he touched the boys? I'm just curious.
Really.
Yeah.
Caesar, did you enjoy meeting Michael Jackson?
Have you been to Neverland with Bubbles? Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
Do you like to monkey around? No.
Yeah. I'm telling you guys, spend about 20 minutes either on Google reviews or Yelp, and it is comedy, it is free comedy for you.
Really?
Nick, have you been to that? I see Nick
What's
Pantazzi. Have you been to that shop? Please tell me you have, because
Well, how would he know Caesar?
well, he had to. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that would be the ultimate
Well,
film. If I ever go to LA, this is what I've got to do. Tell me what you think of this, guys. I got to coordinate with Rob the Wax and take him in there and see these titans
Oh,
of verbal
absolutely.
joust. Wouldn't that be amazing?
the vinyl Nazi. I can see it now.
Oh my God. That's when I would start the Patreon right there, David. I would start the Patreon right there to watch that footage. That would be amazing. Oh my God.
You got to have a hidden, camera.
Yeah, one of those
right.
GoPros. Yeah, because
Yes,
you got to be
right.
slick. But oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that would be the funniest of all time. Holy cow! Oh, this is great. Here, I'm gonna read one more of these real quick. Worst experience ever. I cannot wait for this nasty old grump to pass away. So the inventory will go to someone that's not a completely senile curmudgeon. I would rather shred my money than give a single red cent to him.
So Nick said he hadn't. So how the hell do you know who Caesar is?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Had somebody told you about this one, Nick? Oh man.
Or had he read reviews about Caesar? Caesar took me in the back room supposedly to get a record.
Oh my God.
And he showed me his Michael Jackson doll collection.
He showed me how to clean a record. It was really awkward. He used this solution.
Right.
I wasn't familiar with.
I've never knew you could clean records with urine before. He said you're in first.
You're bad, David.
You're in first prize. Hey, I'm like this without alcohol.
Oh my
so
God.
I mean,
that's one hell of a, what they call it, surfactant or whatever.
Yeah.
All natural. Yeah. Oh my God.
Right. Well, yeah.
Insane. That's amazing. Is Harry trying to give us a slip? He's gone again. He's enough. Oh man.
Wow. I gotta go. I gotta take my wife for a walk.
That is so funny.
Wow. Terrible. I'm gonna have to read those reviews. That just sounds crazy.
David, I'm telling you, these things are this is gold. I haven't looked in a long time, but man, it is.
Well, it sounds like he's consistent.
Yeah, he's a consistent asshole, so I'll give him that. His records are overcharged, and yeah.
Caesar.
Oh my goodness. So funny.
Oh. What?
Sorry, I'm just reading. Now I've gone down this is what I'm probably gonna be doing when I get off the stream, is looking some of these newer reviews up, because they're
oh my God,
they're just gold. But
how does the guy stay in business?
He must. That's always a great question at these old shops. I always think, like, if they've been around so long, they probably own the property at that point, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you think of like Rent Los Angeles, so he probably owns the building.
Yeah.
So if he sells enough to pay his utilities and little scratch, so be it. But
yeah. There was a guy named Bill that owned a place here in Dallas called Bill's Records.
Yeah, that's the Josie guys bought it, right?
Yeah, right. Well, he died sitting in his chair, overnight. He just would live there almost. and they interviewed a guy that got there that morning who, the door was locked and he couldn't get in. He sees this guy sitting in his chair right from the front window, and the guy was pissed. He couldn't buy a record. He was pissed because he couldn't buy the record.
Oh my God.
The guy was dead.
Wow. Unbelievable.
He said, I had a question to ask him. He's like you talk about a day late and a dollar short.
That is so funny.
Nick said, read some more. Read to
I
me.
wonder what he does when people go in to sell them records.
Oh
my God.
Well, Harry, were you here when I said, it would be worth the price of admission to bring Rob in there? And you have Rob and this guy just go at it. Like,
oh God.
I mean, that literally, it might break the vinyl community on YouTube. It might get so much traction.
That story reminds me of the insult dog when he goes to the hot dog stand.
Yeah, Triumph, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
You know why you work for tips? Because no one will put the whole thing in.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Rabbit hole 101.
Here, Nick, can I read one more? Since Nick's asking, I'm trying to find a small one. All right, another one.
Small, just good.
Here's another 1 star. By far the worst shopping experience my partner and I have ever experienced. All caps. Do not shop here. We are big music lovers and enjoy collecting vinyl, but today we were shouted at and mocked simply because we chose not to buy the poor quality vinyl he had to offer for the price he was asking. The owner, parentheses, the obese older fellow, was aggressive toward us and made fun of where we come from, parentheses, Sydney, saying we should stay there and not come back. He was offensive from the moment we walked in and scared off 2 other customers who wanted to come in to browse while we were there. We honestly don't know how they are still in business.
See, this is exactly why Rob Walker needs to buy from people he knows.
Very true. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Well, there's only one thing funnier than reading that, and that's experiencing it, I guess. Right. So,
I bet.
if you can take it, you got to just
Someone
know what
should
you're
go
in.
in there with a camera and just,
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a GoPro. You got to be stealth because I can only imagine if somebody's just discogging and trying to, because again, no prices on the records. And if you're just doing a barcode scan, like you might as well just sign your death warrant with this guy. Apparently.
That's crazy. That's nuts. Let's see, say I'm sorry. What's the name of the store?
The Record Collector.
The Record Collector on Melrose. Yes, the Record Collector. It's the pictures have a green awning and it says the Record Collector. I think we even had a picture in front of it because I had the document.
Here, I'll show them.
Okay, perfect.
Screen. And here comes.
I'm going to head out, everybody, and say good night, but it was fun.
Same, Harry,
hey, it was fun having you too, Harry. Thanks for joining us.
Good talking.
Sure.
Tonight.
Good night.
Take care, buddy.
Nice
There you
chat,
go.
Harry.
Can you guys?
Yeah, I can see it for sure.
Yeah. So, and that's his address there.
That's it. That's on brand for sure. I think I have a Yelp review. Not that you'd want to read it, but I was pretty fair in what I said. Henry, that's the archivist. Yes, Henry, not Caesar. Henry, yes.
Henry. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Yeah, if Henry the archivist.
And he is literally he's a runner, and he's literally, that's why I use that Frankenstein analogy. He is literally like the guy helping Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah. Let me do this. Yep. Let's see if that shares.
Yep. That's it. Look, 1 star.
1 star.
I mean, it's only one on yellowpages.com, but I mean,
yeah. The other one was, the other one I did was actually on,
whoa, this is like the Matrix. We're going.
Yeah. The other one was Google. So
Too funny.
yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So anyway,
fellas,
guys.
good
Yeah,
hang.
I'm literally,
Good
yeah,
hang.
same here, guys. Thanks for joining. Take care of yourselves.
Be
Have a
good.
good night,
Talk soon.
David and Chance.
Thanks, guys.
See
Take
ya,
care.
be good.
Thanks everybody for joining us on the stream. Take care, everybody. See you.
Later.
Bye-bye. Later.